Hi, welcome everybody to session 6 of the Crossmeet campaign. Previously in Kulthania, the adventurers return from the Ambolt's silver mine, having rescued them from a tribe of unfriendly, uncooperative kobolds. They are back in Crossmeet now. They were rewarded with 25 crowns each and are now the proud owners of a two-wheeled cargo wagon and a pony named Scoot. It's late in the afternoon, maybe an hour or two past the supper hour, and we'll say you're outside of the Ambolts. Hort's Quarry is the name of this store, and you guys are outside that now, and that's where we'll begin. So I'm going to just go left to right. So Grim, you're with the rest of your people. Maybe you've just tucked your coins away in your coin purse and exited the Holt Jewels. And tell us what you're doing, what you're thinking, maybe what you look like.
Yeah. So Grimbold is a tall human, well over slightly over 6.5 feet tall. Kind of youngish but hardened and toned but not muscular. He's dressed in somewhat plain clothes, dark. He's wearing some of his clothes are leather, such as his pants, which look they've been mended several times, and his outfit is clearly cobbled together with little concern over fashion. He has a small leather kind of a sheath with a black iron wand kind of stuck in his belt. He carries a pack over his back. He's generally he has long kind of black hair that's looks a little bit kind of stringy right now. It's a little bit oily. Maybe he hasn't bathed in a while. It looks kind of dirty, although he's done a little bit to kind of remove any excess dirt from his person. His face is tanned from just being exposed to the elements, and he is you see kind of moving around his shoulders this weasel that with these pinpoints of glowing eyes that's kind of looking around as he tucks the pouch back into his bag and kind of tucks it up like inside his pants as opposed to outside to prevent unfriendly access.
Okay, great. So you guys are outside on Sharky's End, and you're standing there with this cart and pony. Balmera, what are you thinking about? What recent events? Tell us maybe what you look like a little bit to remind us.
Balmera looks like a short but stocky human woman from a distance. She's kind of like one gog. Beautiful from a distance, ugly up close.
That's good.
She's taller than a dwarf. That's why she more resembles a human woman. But you can clearly see the dwarf features when you are close. She has long red hair, full red hair. At this moment, she's dirty, she's sweaty, she's tired, she's annoyed. She's beautiful white and blue shirt is no longer that color. Now it's white, blue, and red with holes in it. She's pissed at that. She didn't enjoy being underground. Her boots are annoying her were annoying her. Grim is annoying her. Jabbat is annoying her. Tolran is annoying her. The whole town is annoying her. But at least she got some coin in her pocket, and she's looking forward to getting a bath, something to eat, something to drink, a shave. She also have like a day-old stubbles of red hair on her face. And as they exit the store, she's kind of like, and she just looks over to the distance of the direction of the tree and starts walking towards that.
Okay. So Jawdet, do you have control of the pony, or who's in control of the pony?
Unless somebody else is, sure.
I assumed
Okay.
it was you.
Yeah, I just assumed it was Jawdet as well.
All right. So
They
let
had a
us
thing.
know what Jawdet looks like and what you're doing then.
Jawdet is a tall fellow, about 6'8" right in that realm. He is well muscled with a little bit of a paunch, sort of an olivey green skin. He's a half orc, and a little bit of the teeth that jut out. I mean, he's dressed in very dirty, icky clothes right now that are kind of flowing and layered and lightweight. Yeah. I guess what he's thinking right now is that this sucks. No, it's yeah, just there's a definite sense of bewilderment at the moment. I mean, we've only been in town a few days, and so far, we've seen. Yeah, I mean, murdered a mermaid, and then there's, people apparently disappearing, and just a lot seems to go on in this town, and he thought it was bad where he came from with all the orc raiding parties and stuff. But as he's sort of standing outside, he's got the lead to the pony and is walking. Yeah, maybe a little bit lighter now than he has been in the last couple of days, because at least there's some familiarity to having this donkey.
Cool. I guess the donkey is yours. Talrun, are you walking with them, or are you riding the creature?
Probably walking next to them. Turn is 6 feet tall, kind of tan skin. He's wearing what looks like it was at one point some nice formal wear, but has been altered for more movement, but kind of looks like ragged now. And he's wearing a necklace with kind of a tiger symbol on it. He's walking, and he's feeling really great about what just happened. And this is the best thing to happen since he got into his town. He just helped a bunch of nice kibbids set up a training arrangement with some dwarves. He got paid for it. This is going to be the best day ever, he thinks to himself.
Okay.
Also the name of the episode.
What could possibly go wrong?
You guys are heading for the tree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So as you arrive, it's fairly busy. It's a few hours past the supper hour, so it's not at peak, but it's fairly busy. As you walk through the town, a few of the townspeople certainly take notice of you. You see some faces that are kind of familiar. You even get a few smiles and polite waves or nods. So you're now standing outside the tree with Scoot the pony in a wagon.
Torun, being
as-
a friend to all people, would have. I'm just saying that I would have waved and smiled back to everyone.
Okay.
I would have given them rather suspicious looks, but the kind of cautious sort of wave, as one might give a stranger who friends them on Facebook.
Hmm. If you can go in if you want, but ponies aren't allowed, and cart probably wouldn't even fit through the door. So.
I'll just walk in. But I'll just walk in. Go over to what she has declared their table, which is the one they used to sit on.
I'll follow Bummer in right behind her.
See you there in a moment.
Just for a
Jordan.
laugh, roll me any dice you like. I'll give you a 50-50 that your table's unoccupied.
You need to start finishing up. Thank you.
Do you want to use Alex's rule or my rule?
I don't even know what you rolled. If you roll an even number, your table's unoccupied. If you roll an odd number, it's occupied.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a
All right, so it's unoccupied.
Okay.
We both rolled even, so.
So, she sits down.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll go over to the next turn.
there
I was going to put my hand up without looking toward any barmaid.
Before we get to that, Jada and Talrun are still outside with this pony and cart. Now, there is a place just to the south of the building where you can store animals temporary, and there's a place behind the three where you can store them more long term.
I tell Jordan that I'll meet him inside and get in.
Okay. So Jada's outside all alone with the pony and cart. Jada looks around.
Yeah. What? All right. I guess I'll take you over to the temporary parking right now.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
You can see that there's several other horses there. A few passenger wagons. Maybe a couple of empty cargo wagons. Various sizes, but the stables are maybe only a third full. There's the stables right there.
All right.
Okay, so you tie it off and you can go inside, that's for sure. All right, so inside the place, as I said, it's fairly busy, but it's not at peak. Eventually, Faye comes over to serve you, and she comes up and she's wiping her hands on her apron and she says, "Oh yes, dearies, it's you. Yes, what would you like?"
Speaking of beer, love.
Something strong that will heat the body down to the toes.
Food and drink?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure,
Yes.
But strong
I would
drink.
like a very large meal.
If you got a whole leg of something, I don't care what it is, just bring it on over.
Unless
She
it's
she
so...
smiles at you and looks up. "Okay, dears," and she rubs her hands together, and she goes off, and she kind of has a bit of a waddle to her as she goes, even though she's short. And she goes back into the kitchen to give your order. You can see Faye
Grim
also
sort
moving around serving.
of watches it go over.
All right, so as I said, the place is fairly busy. Everybody make me a perception check, please.
That's a 16 from Torun.
15.
13.
Good enough. You guys overhear the crowd. This is like background talk that you overhear, and it's only noteworthy because it's not the first time you've heard the name. But people are talking about some local bandits in the areas known as the road wraiths, and the thing about them is that bandits are a fairly known problem, and it's something that people complain about all the time. But the road wraiths are known for being particularly violent. You don't know a lot of details about them, but you would have heard of them possibly in your travels to Crossmeet and a few times over the past few days you've been here as well. It's
Now,
not the first time you've heard them mentioned.
Can you spell out?
I assume by okay. I was gonna say I assume by band you don't mean a group of bards.
Bandits, I said.
Oh, I think it's a band.
No, sorry.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a
it's a band
band.
of bandits, if you
It's
want.
a heavy metal band that robs people.
I'm gonna.
Although Road Raids would be a cool name for a
Ah,
band.
okay. Anyway, Beryl kind of shifts on her chair and she moves it around and she kind of gets up and kicks one of the legs and sits down again and goes, stupid chair.
And what in Kulthania is your problem right now?
What my problem is, look at me.
Yes.
My shirt is ruined. My feet are cold and wet.
I just kind of look at Grim like, woman.
I was down in a mine with some stupid dwarf that got captured by stupid kobolds.
I kind of lean over to her and say, "You want to feel better?"
She looks suspicious at the wizard.
As you should. I reach in my pocket and I take out a pair of dice, and I say, and I start rattling them in my hands, and I say, "How about we wager some of that gold you just earned?"
Faye comes back to the table at that moment, and she's carrying a couple of big platters, and with her is a human male about 40-ish, mostly bald. He's got an apron on that comes down. And he's also carrying a platter holding both food and drinks. On it, there is an entire chicken as well as a rack of ribs laid out on another platter, and numerous vegetables of different types, some greens, and a pitcher of ale along with 4 other pictures. And she sets that all down before you, and she says, she pats Balmera on the shoulder. She says, "Well, dearie, we can get you a fine room with a bath, get you washed up if you like."
Yeah. I like
If you've
that. And we also need more gravy and we need stronger drink.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you have anything stronger than this is good. Don't get me wrong, but if you got anything stronger, that would be good as well. We're sort of celebrating tonight.
Well, of course, dearies, of course. And for you two, anything more?
Yeah, they'll have some strong drinks too.
Indeed, strong drinks from the rest. Belmira here will be covering that, and
Sure, put it on the tab.
Right. So the two of them place all this food on the table along with a big pitcher of ale and mugs of ale, and they go back off to the kitchen, and she's smiling and she's rubbing her hands again, and she has a sort of like little wiggle to her hips as she walks away.
I call out as she leaves. And remember the gravy.
I'm kind of watching after her. I say, "Oh, she's very helpful, isn't she?"
Well, she makes money. So, regarding to your offer, no, I'm not born yesterday, so thank you. But since we're on the subject,
what about you, Torun?
I'll dig out my pouch that I found in the mine, and I'll kind of count out 5 copper pieces, put them down, 5, 5, 5, and I'll do that several times. And I'll do that with silver, just not in stacks of 5, but in stacks of 3. And then I'll put some gold pieces down too. All in all, you each get 47 coppers, 9 silvers, and 3 gold.
Okay. 47 coppers, 9 silver, and 3 gold. Nice.
And We have one
How many nobles?
Okay.
9.
9 nobles and 3 crowns. If you want it in rough coinage, I can put it in the chat.
All right, most appreciated.
Oh, and we got this. We got this silver left over. I'm thinking it could pay for the meal or something.
I just looked my hand in a of course manner, sort of. Sure. We're celebrating. Victory should always be honored with revels. Do you agree, Jordan?
Yes, that is a pretty is pretty standard practice. That victory is celebrated in both. The word is libations and stuff you eat. Yeah.
Hey, look. Here, I tell you what. I see you seeming a bit down about what's going on here, but here, and I offer him a gold piece.
What?
For your deity, whatever the name is, I forget. But
Yeah. He's
your deity is all about the gold and silver, right?
his way of looking at it. Yes.
Well, here, take this, and do whatever you sort of do with it. I sort of wave my hand. Look, you had our backs, and that means something to me. Whether your deity has anything behind it, whatever, you did, and I appreciate that. I want you to know. And I hand out the gold piece.
I'll take it. He's a very
Look, it's no secret. I don't hold much faith in the gods, but you do, and you have my back, and I appreciate it, and I'm offering this to you.
It's okay. It's not every person has much faith, but every person is still known to the gods. Is an okay thing.
Well, and I have to say, as far as gods go, and I've known a few. I've known a few people who've known a few, and I've heard far worse than yours. At least we know where yours stands. They want they like the gold and the silver. I understand that. So even though I may not be killing a goat to him, but I'm willing to offer some gold to him.
Well, yes, it's a bit more complicated than just gold and silver,
Sure
but
it is.
yes.
Well, that's what we have you for. You see, you're the go-between. You see, you're the middleman. You're sort of the what do they call it? You're sort of the you launder the money, right?
I look at Grim. I take one of the cups and I put it upright. I put it in front of the Yadav and fill it to the rim with the ale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you take care of all that complicated stuff for us, and we appreciate it. We have faith in you.
Said here, you make us right.
I don't know if I make you right. It just I make you less dead sometimes.
I hold up my goblet of ale and I say, well, I'll take that for now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pour up for Torun as well and for myself. Absolutely, for coin and cleavage. I clank that glass.
To cleavage, I can join with that. I clank bottles and.
Just just at that moment, Gwen arrives at the table and she overhears your last comment and she blushes slightly.
Oh, no, it's okay. They are not talking about your cleavage. Oh.
She looks down at the floor.
Torun kind of
I look at him with this face like, really? It's like, did you just it's like, well, that wasn't very sensitive, was it? No, your cleavage is just fine. Belmira appreciates it over here, though, don't you?
Yes, it's absolutely wonderful.
Torun?
Are we taking a vote on this?
I suppose I don't know how we ended up talking about this right now.
Look, you've got Torun speechless. Yeah, your cleavage is just fine.
Okay, so at no point... Go ahead.
And Torun looks around and everyone wondering how... Because he missed most of the conversation because he was just like eating. And he wonders,
Wait, what?
What the hell just happened? So he continues to just eat more than his share of food.
At no point does Gwen make eye contact with any of you. She places 2 bottles on the table, one which is of wine and one of which is of rum. And then she also drops 4 keys on the table, each attached to little pieces of brass, and each with a different number on them. She says, here are your drinks and room keys.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
She turns and quickly walks away.
I can't turn and look at Janet. Jordan, you have to be more sensitive to women's understandings, right, Belmira?
I nod with my mouth full of meat.
No, I just wanted to make sure she did not think that we were talking about her.
Oh.
Good job.
Jordan. I just shake my head and I start drinking.
So, with drinks and food and room keys, so is awkward question, but who is paying for this?
Don't worry about it. We'll put it on the tab.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I think Belmira has the right of it. If we put it on a tab, when it gets to a certain point, we just put in our an even amount. I think we split it for 1, 2, 3, 4 ways.
We will take it out of the next Avengers cut.
But I don't opening a line of credit is not wow.
It's okay. It's done all the time. Don't worry about it. And I pour some rum for him.
No. Yeah. Borrowing money is one thing. Line of credit is like threatening to kill dragon with sword you will have tomorrow.
Okay. I left my glass of rum for slaying dragons tomorrow. Then.
No.
Then I empty the glass.
Tomorrow dragons.
Rob, I'm gonna run up like a mental tally of like what the bill would be for all of this, assuming that maybe 2 nights in the rooms, individual rooms, and then the food that we probably ordered too much of, and there's more than enough, and we got too much of that also.
Yes. So you got 4 separate rooms that each comes with its own bath. They're 1 crown apiece, and then you got some nice meals and some nice extra booze, and let's say that all comes to another 4 crowns.
So it's like 8 crowns.
So we
Total,
pay
yeah. Yeah, it's probably twice as much food as you can eat.
Right, and this is like literally like 1/3 of the money that I just made, right?
Well, if it was just you paying for it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but why would...
Or 1/10 if you do split it up, yeah.
Right, but...
Although, I want to say right now that none of that food will go to waste. I'm sure that we will be squirreling it in our in our packs before we just leave it on the table. We're poor adventurers
Green,
after
no.
all. We're not just going to leave food on the table. It will not go to waste.
But Bamera is raised a dwarf, and a dwarf does not leave the table while there's food and drink on it. So she will stay until everything is gone. Maybe she'll leave the vegetables, but
Yeah, I make sure I scoop away a few some of the bread and other things that will keep well before Belmer finishes it off, just so I can add it to my pack.
So, let me get this straight. Casting Hold Dwarf only requires grocery and beverage components? And essentially the dwarf can never move again?
yes.
Let's add that to our spell book, Alex. Hold dwarf.
Hold dwarf, yeah.
Those will be the components. That's the spell components. Steve just spelled them in.
So following this
time, right?
debauchery. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You said it was just past dinner time, so we're talking what, like?
Oh no, it was about 2 hours past when you exited Hortz.
Okay.
It was about.
All right.
You were gonna say something, Alex?
No, well, I was just gonna say if we were gonna. Well, if anyone wants to do anything else, go ahead. I was gonna say if we were gonna skip time.
Just give me a minute, and then I'm gonna do that very thing.
Sure.
So while you're sitting there, you're maybe eating the last of your meal, still kind of nibbling on some of the bones, whatever. And some of you are deep in drink. You can tell me who isn't. You notice, unmistakably, you notice that most of the room seems to hush down for a few seconds. Many heads turn and look at the door, and you see a large human coming into the room. A very large human coming into the room. He's got a mohawk. He's got piecemeal plate mail and stuff like that. He's got a beard like a dwarf, a big scar over one eye. He's about 6'6", and like a real gorilla of a person. And you don't have to be well skilled to see that the people are looking at him with an unfavorable look. This is what he looks like here.
Is he a dwarf?
And then walking, he's a human.
Okay.
He's about 6'6", and then walking right behind him, you see a wiry, shorter man, slender, with a kind of a hawk nose, receding hairline, and the people seem to be looking at him with equal disdain. And he's wearing like fine robes. He looks like this.
But Bamera will be deep into the rum at this point, and she's sitting with a pitcher of maybe half full, still with gravy, and trying to dip a potato into it.
Okay.
And she drops the potato down to the gravy, and she goes, "I cannot believe this!" And she'll fling the pitcher of gravy out of the table.
So Faye comes running over to you. She says, "Is there a problem?"
Yes, your potatoes are too small.
She looks down.
I look at her and say, what she means to say is that she had an accident. Sorry about that. If you could bring more potatoes, I don't know, preferably large ones, and some more gravy, that would be greatly appreciated. And I kind of like gesture for her to move in closer. I say, who are these? Who are these folks? They seem to have drawn some undue attention to themselves.
Okay, so for the first time since you've known her, you see the smile leave Faye's face, and she looks over with the same sort of disdain that the rest of the townsfolk did. She says, "That's Mr. Sneed, moneylender.
Oh.
That's his bodyguard with him, Budge."
So,
And you say you wanted more food? She looks
well,
around at the table, all these plates, like,
no. Just some more gravy and maybe some larger potatoes for Bill Mary here. She's
Yes.
she's got a fondness for tubers. But
We need potatoes and gravy to go with the drink, she says.
right. But this moneylender that comes in, people are scared of him.
not scared, dearie. Just few like him. He takes much joy in his job, and especially when people owe him enough to.
I see. Sort of like the alchemist. Gotcha.
She bends down and she whips a rag out from her apron and she picks up the potato that had some gravy on it and kind of wipes it up.
I'll pluck it from her. Put it on my plate.
Okay, so she gives you a smile, and she also gives you a wink as she wipes her hand on the gravy, and before she puts the rag away, and then she goes up to where Mr. Snee and Budge are sitting, and she gently puts her hand on Mr. Snee's shoulder, and she's making his order.
But Mary, look at I know his type is like a dirty gnome. I don't like them.
Hey, look, Elmira, we're celebrating tonight. Let's how about we don't get into a fight?
Yeah,
Just for tonight.
Tolbrin, go pick a fight, and she'll pour some more rum in her glass.
No. I said no fight.
Well, I'm not fighting. Tolbrin is. I'm not the fighting guy.
I am not one to pick a fight for no reason, but if that what did she say his name was, Budge, were to challenge me, I am not one to turn down a challenge ever.
A challenge it shall be, and Mary will empty the drink and toss the glass into a fireplace, and she'll stand up, and the chair will fly back, and she'll go over to the big guy in the plate now.
Just a second. After you smash the glass and knock the chair down, a couple of the townspeople sort of converge on your position. They're like, "Whoa there, lady! Just calm down now. This is a family restaurant. Easy now."
I got family. So,
Meanwhile, I've sort of flipped my head back and looked at the ceiling like, oh, bloody hell.
Just then, Faye shows up with a plate, a bowl of about 6 large potatoes, and you can see a makeshift beer pitcher is full of gravy. She sets that in front of you.
I kind of like take it from her and I shove it towards Belmira. Look, potatoes.
There are still two townsfolk standing there watching you.
But now we'll kind of like stand, and she's not even on her feet, so she kind of goes like this. And she'll...
Without Belmira sort of seeing, I kind of put my hand out of her like peripheral vision. I sort of wave the townsfolk off.
Okay, so they leave. Gwen shows up with a broom and starts sweeping up some of the glass.
Thank you. I just put it on Belmira's tab.
Yeah, put it on the tab, and she picks up the chair and sits down, and she calls out into the room, "I'll let you know that I have family." And she takes a potato and dips in some gravy.
Okay. So if no one else is going to start anything, we're
No, I'm just gonna watch it in with my eyes kind of squint and watching with, repressed revulsion as Belmira develops this gravy mustache.
on her stubble.
Yeah, on her stubble. She'll strip some gravy down on her bloody shirt.
And there's a strong moment where, where Grimm's eyes sort of like dart back and forth between the ample cleavage of Belmira and this image of the gravy mustache and the stubble. And there's a moment of almost teetering on the edge of madness as he kind of looks away and is forced
He's unsure if he should be attracted or repulsed.
Exactly. So he ends up having to look away and focuses on a knot of wood in the wall.
And this is the story of how the tree got the sign that says "Please no adventures."
No, it's gonna be if Belmira is present in your
No
group,
dwarfs.
there's a 10% search charge for the
Right.
group.
There's a specific sign, just no Belmira's. So if there's nothing else you guys want to accomplish tonight, we'll jump into the
Torrens
next one.
actually would probably go to bed
Yeah,
after that, assuming Grim can handle Belmira while they.
Yeah, Grim does not drink to excess, especially with Belmira the way she is, and he gets feeling good, but not drunk, and if necessary, he'll help basically manage Belmira for the evening, and get her to her room once she's unable to do so herself.
So who does drink the majority of the booze? Because you had a lot of booze.
That would be probably Belmira.
Just like all of it. Just like
No,
the wine.
No.
hard stuff,
Well,
and
as I said, I had enough to get a strong strong buzz, but not quite like blackout drunk.
Yeah,
I would have had a little less than Grim, but yeah.
I have enough awareness to manage Belmira to get her back to her room before she causes any major upsets.
Okay.
It's because we didn't drink enough, there was alcohol for Belmira to drink.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was very generous of the rest of you.
She'll drink anything but wine. So
So I guess the rest of us is drinking wine.
The rooms you stay in, you each have your own individual room. It's on the top floor, the third floor of the three, where the nicest rooms are. There's a bath already drawn up at each of your rooms, and it's been warmed recently. The water's been warmed recently.
Nice.
There are pitchers of fresh water. There's fresh towels there, clean sheets on the bed, and
Yeah, I definitely take advantage of that. I kind of soak in the water as I get in. Just the sore muscles, from even just the traveling that we did. I just sort of like soak in it. It's like, and even though we spent a portion of our money, where I still feel I don't feel like it was wasted as I soak in this hot tub and. It's a little bit of buzz from the evening as it just rings in my head, and I just like settle down. Like,
Yeah,
yes.
Torrin does the same thing pretty much. In fact, he specifically left so he could take like a long bath. Just just lying there, like thinking of like how great it was that they can do that now. Buy a lot of food. And then he begins thinking of the reason why he came here.
to buy lots of food.
Yes.
Well,
They told me Crossmeet was the only place you could.
it is important to celebrate.
cash in that quest.
It is important to celebrate with revelers, and Before I leave the table, I will make sure that I leave a gold piece, tucked under the under my drink mug.
Okay, excellent. The next morning.
Wait,
Go
one
ahead.
moment.
Yeah, go ahead.
For a few minutes post everyone else departing, Jawdat is sitting there, sort of bewilderedly staring at the leftover food, the leftover wine, as all the other alcohol has been consumed, and until he gets a terrible glance from Faye, he's going to take the bottles of wine from table to table, offering glasses at like 1/2 the price of what they would cost if they ordered them from the actual establishment.
You're going to resell it.
To try and recoup some of the cost.
How unobtrusively do you want to do this? Asking for the money part.
So the basic pitch would be to walk up to the table, sort of my arms crossed and holding the wine bottle in my right hand underneath, so that it's hanging out below my left elbow, and excuse me, fine sirs, and ma'am, is something I wish to ask of you. Earlier, we were celebrating our adventuring victory, and alas, we were unable to extend the libations to everyone, but we do have some that are left over. They are purchased at our cost, and is only fitting that in a town that is in deep service to Joaquin, that I would offer perhaps some of, and I start like swirling the jar in my right hand, some of what is left over for less compensation that might have earlier been requested by people other than myself.
Okay, make a persuasion roll.
I can do that, I hope.
Please have our second-hand wine.
You be quiet, that's why you're not here helping.
Never mind the sediment floating in the bottom.
Let's see. 14, 16, 18.
So the three of them, the two men and the women, they look around at each other, kind of puzzled, and they look at you, and they're like, how much?
Oh, shh. Those are very dirty words outside of the original meeting. And how much does this bottle of wine cost?
Eight nobles, normally.
All right,
it's
so
nice wine.
I just kind of put like 4 fingers onto my arm, and I mean, if I were to make a suggestion.
Okay, so in an overly surreptitious way, they try and they sneak you the money. Like they're clearly new at this stealthing
Right.
thing, and they're like looking around and like trying to slide the coins, across the table without looking at them, kind of thing, looking around nonchalantly.
All right, I'll take it and set the bottle of wine down and meander off the other direction.
Okay, you should have got it.
And that was the story of how species came to Crossmeet.
He is a priest of Joaquin. I can't blame him for being interested in the commerce. It makes perfect sense.
All I can say is I'm so glad that Bill Miller was paying for that meal.
Yeah.
That was expensive wine.
So after that, I'm gonna make my way back up to my room, and once I get in there, also sigh with this resignation that this is definitely more money than we needed to spend. And so, whereas everyone else like walked in and saw their bath and was like, ah, yes. I'm like, ugh. And so I like grudgingly put myself into it because I don't want to use it, but I don't want to pay for it. But since we already paid for it, it'd be stupid not to use it.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, so you guys sleep in the most comfortable bed you've slept in at least in a while. You have a nice, wonderful bath. When you wake the next morning, there are fresh towels are right outside the door to your room. Eventually, you can make your way down, and breakfast is also included. Breakfast today is basically like sort of like French toast, for lack of a better description. But with honey and not maple syrup, it's like toast with kind of covered in a sort of syrupy honey.
When Tolrune wakes up, he kind of gets the idea that maybe it was a bad idea to just leave the rest of them downstairs. So he rushes downstairs and is relieved that there doesn't seem to be any damage to the place.
So, Johnette would have gotten up really early, and
Okay.
Even if there's not a seat at the bar normally, I don't know if there is or not.
It's not that busy at the bar.
Right. No, I mean, I didn't know if it had stools or not. I didn't know if it was just a standing service or if there were actual stools there.
It's standing there. Yeah, you
Okay.
go up and order and then sit down.
All right. So I'm going to have ordered my breakfast, and I'll be sitting there talking to whoever's going to listen, whether it's Faye or anybody else. And basically, I'm going to explain away Balmera's actions last night, and it is very rough for young lady who has I think perhaps when she was small she was attacked by giant bugs, and so when we went to the mine and there was giant bug, it triggered some sort of mental thing. But the thing to remember is not how she handled the after effects, but the fact that she was quite yeah, here's the word primary in the recovery of the Humperdinck, the Hobble Smashers, the owners of the mine.
Tolrune calls to you, Amber Bolts. Amber Bolts.
Yes, Tolrune, I was just telling them about how Balmera's actions last night were because of some deep-seated emotional distress that was caused to her when she was young, and is not character quality is like is like
Really? I
So-
had no idea.
Faye is standing there, hands on hips, not unlike that pose. She says, "Yes, dearie, Maffin and I, we had to deal with many drunks over the years, so I'm used to that, but just try not to have her break stuff in the future, okay? It upsets the other customers."
oh yes, breaking stuff is bad. So exactly how much is if I was to ask how much money was yeah.
Your tab, dearie?
Yes.
We can settle your bill now if you like.
Oh, no, it's okay. I don't know what's the trouble with that at the moment. I was just we're thinking into the future. Oh,
Those are fighting words. Settling the bill.
I see, and who will be settling the bill, dearie?
how much is it?
It's 8 crowns, 2 nobles.
Oh, yeesh.
How was the room? Wasn't it a nice room? A hot bath, fresh towels this morning too.
Well, yes, I did not use them. Is it possible to perhaps get a couple of common discount? I brought them with me here.
You're such good customers. I threw in a generous breakfast at no extra charge.
But Mara will come
they're
down
just right.
from upstairs down the stairs. She has taken on her second shirt, which is nice and crisp, and she have a shave and looking well bathed and fresh, and she will be whistling as she comes down the stairs. As she sees
Go ahead.
Jardats talking to Faye. So look around. Did you say that breakfast was on our table?
No, it's coming right up, dearie. There's just a matter of the bill to be settled. And she looks from Jada to Talroon and back to you, Bummer.
Well, so look. Okay. Do you want to settle it now, or do we just keep it running?
Well, that would be delightful. Yes, that would be wonderful. We could settle it now. That'd be terrific.
Okay.
So again, from this little short scroll she has, she says, 8 crowns and 2 nobles, dearie.
So look at Jada. Is that something your god takes care of, or should we? I'm confused.
Someone needs a lesson.
Is what? Yeah.
Well, it's kind of hazy from last night, but I remember something that Grim and you were having some talk about. Your god took care of all bills or something like that.
No.
And I think, and I lean in to Jada, and I'm standing on my toes so I can reach him better. I think Torvin broke something.
No. Is not. Joaquin is not god of checks in tabs. No.
Okay, well, I'll take the counter and see kind of how much was it you said? And she'll take out her pouch.
8
crowns, 2 nobles.
2 nobles. Eesh.
She'll kind of fiddle. Okay, here's 9 crowns.
Oh well, thank you, dearie. Oh, and I saved something for you. And she gives you a little tin cup. It's got a piece of canvas over the top. It's kind of like a little bit of wax sort of sealing the canvas onto the top of the cup.
Okay, but Meryl take it and lifted the.
It's full of gravy.
Oh, she kind of goes. Oh, thank you. I'll just have some cold cider and maybe some bread, some sausage, some cheese.
Yes, have a seat. Have a seat.
Do you have tea?
Yes, yes. She calls like over her shoulder as she goes into the kitchen, waves back at you.
Oh, and a muffin. I want a muffin too.
The door's already.
About this time, I come down looking rather bright-eyed and chipper. My clothes seem to be very clean, and I'm kind of stretching as I come down.
Grim, you don't look like you're living up to your name.
Well, it's been a good week so far.
Well, but Memo kind of go, looking handsome, and she will kind of give him a wink as she will go and sit at the table.
Well, thank you. I was endeavor to do my best, and I give her a slap on the back. Say, I assume the bill's been taken care of. Yes.
Hmm?
Excellent.
For some reason,
At that moment, go ahead.
For some reason, I must have misunderstood. But for some reason, that I forgot the name. Volkini, the god of coppers and silvers, didn't want to
God of Commerce.
Didn't want to pick up the tab.
No, it's all right. You were, I have to say, you were a bit of a handful last night, but it's good that you stepped up and took care of it. and
Me?
well,
What
yeah.
about Torvald? He broke all the stuff, and he wanted to get into a fight with that big guy.
I just slowly turned to her with the most disapproval on my face.
I don't hear any words of denial.
But you should really, I mean, Torvald, you're a good guy, and
It was you, the one that spilled the gravy. It was you who threw that bottle into the fireplace, and it was you who shouted, "A challenge it will be then."
what? Doesn't
It
sound
was
like
you that the entire bar gathered together in unison to try calm down your fiery rage that just came out of nowhere.
She just leans in and smiles up at him with her pupils completely dilated and nods. It's okay. I know you have a temper, and she kind of pats him on. We still love you.
I kind of nod to Bill Murray, and I walk past Telrune, and I lean over and say, "Look, I've dealt with ones like this before. Just go with it. It's fine."
I look at him, absolute like shock and a little bit of horror. Are there others like her?
Well, yeah. It's once you're out in the world a bit more, you'll see something like that, and I kind of give him a good hearty pat on the back, whack, whack, whack.
In Torvald's mind, there's a whole dwarven city full of the mirrors. No.
They look exactly like her. They say things in unison. That's his nightmare. So Torrance sits down. All right, let's await our breakfast, and I think then we can discuss what we'll be doing.
Well,
I think working together is a good idea.
if I have to step up here and make a few mentions, we've got some gold and silver in our pockets. We're doing quite well, but we have to be cautious. As I'm sure my friend Jordat would no doubt advise that money is sacred. It needs to be handled in a sacred manner. Am I right, Jordat?
Yeah. Money is like money is like a fertilizer. Is something that you must have in order to make things grow, but it is also something that if you have too much of, you begin to stink.
Right. So what he's saying is money's like dung.
That's well put.
Money's like dung. We've got pockets full of dung, and we need to plant it. And I kind of look over at Jordat, kind of floundering a moment. That we need to plant to get further seeds of. All right, look, we need to take this money and reinvest it. Is what I'm saying.
Yes. Well, reinvest and also use to get better everything. I say, kind of looking at my lack of anything. But he's also why when old man had no place to sleep, I let him sleep in my bed. It is
But Mel was sitting and kind of whistling to herself and just being generally a little too happy. And she looks up. You slept with an old man?
No. He sleep in my bed. I sleep in common room. Not last night. This was some nights ago. But yes, yeah. Fact of the matter is that money must be spread around to different people for different reasons. Is what is commerce. But right now, we do not have a lot of. How do I put this? We have tiny pile of poop. We should not be buying big field. Is not enough poop. Last night you bought big field. We still have tiny pocket of poop.
Bemaro just nods.
Look, I'm not really comfortable where this analogy is going. I'd just like to say that I see your point, Jordat, but at the same time, if we don't reward ourselves for the occasional victory in whatever the hell it was we just did, we're just, you have to live in the moment. You have to enjoy life as we go along. If we just save our money and only revel when we're a couple hundred years old, we're not going to enjoy it.
Right, you end up like a gnome. You don't want to end up like a gnome, do you?
Huh?
I'm not sure what that means, but he may have a point.
Bemaro will kick Grim over the head.
All right, she may have a point. Sorry, it was the stubble. She may have a point.
He's completely shaven.
Yeah, you
You missed
missed
the
some.
spot.
At any rate, we must acquire more money.
Hey,
Right.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, I have a plan. First,
Oh gods.
Mm.
First, what?
well,
Wait, before you regale us with tale of plan, is this plan you come up with this morning or a plan you thought of last night?
last night.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, no. Jordan has a point. We're gonna just pretend last night didn't happen.
Yeah, I see your point, and I look over.
Balmatter has lots of mornings she pretends last night did not happen.
The morning after pill is an amnesia pill.
Too soon.
But Tolrun's explosive rage aside, I think we. I think I know a way we can make money.
Yeah, go on.
It's not gonna be.
Purposely.
It's not gonna be safe, and it will involve a significant amount of risk, and it's unlikely that Tolrun will come back. But I think there's a good chance that we'll make a large pile of dung. I think we should go and we should rob the road rates.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Did you say burn rope bridge?
She just nods.
I'm sorry. I'm a little fuzzy on this plan in that I didn't understand a word of it. Could you repeat what you just said in common?
I don't speak dwarf.
I thought I was speaking common. Okay. Bandits, money lead dung. We rob. And she kind of stops.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, you're a mighty champion from where you're from, right? I mean, you punched that big,
Yes.
awful dragon bug in the middle of the face. But no, you have no fear. So, I think we should use that we have a mighty warrior on our side. And Jadov can apparently bring people back from the dead. So, we're good.
Wait, what?
Wait, let me clarify. That is nowhere in anything I am capable of doing now or probably ever.
So, dying not good.
No, but I saw Tolan went down against that big kobold. He was stabbed several times.
Is
I was
slight
bleeding to
difference
death.
in is like
Yes, details. It doesn't matter. You brought him back. That's my point. You can do that. He can fight. Grim can cast, I don't know, fire spells. And I am clearly the brain of the outfit.
You lost me again.
Maybe
has
we should go
lost more
back.
than you.
Maybe we should take a few steps back here. What are these bandits you're speaking of?
I don't know much about them, but I mean, they're bandits, so clearly they're not really a threat, right? So they probably just have pitchforks and table legs as weapons. So
Yeah.
Jawdad looks down at his table leg. Oh.
Yeah. I heard about what happened last time you came up against a table leg. It didn't end well for one of your group, as I recall.
no, she kind of looks a little sad. No, but I mean, we could do better. We did really good down at the stupid dwarven mine.
But look, I'm not opposed to your proposal here. I'm simply trying to suss out the plan here. We've do you know anything about these bandits other than that they exist?
Well, the only thing that I've heard about the road rage is that they're particularly more violent than other bandit gangs. But couldn't we ask Ivan?
That's encouraging.
The guards would surely know, right? We could ask Ivan about what's going on. Perhaps he knows something more.
Yeah,
And
I suppose that would be a safe.
If it's just information, he'll probably freely give it to us, so we can, if we were to go and handle them.
Right, and I've been studying Cyrus' spellbook all night, so I'll soon know magic. I mean, I'll soon know a spell because I already know magic, but I'll
No more spells.
yes.
All right.
So as you finish your breakfast, you notice a faint but noticeable smell of like a stable, and you see that there is a figure standing near the table. He's a male, about 17, longish hair, kind of greasy. Some of you might recognize him as Ron, who's in charge of the stables. And he's standing there looking at the four of you. He says, Faye said one of you have the donkey. Who's paying for that?
I point to John.
Commons. three commons for looking after.
No, it's okay. I already took care of our bill.
Nobody paid me.
Oh, you're separate. How much do you say?
3 commons.
Okay, I give him 3 commons. There you go.
As you pay him, as he walks away, Thorvald walks in. One of the dwarves you rescued. In fact, Thorvald is one of the grandsons. And he approaches you, Jawdat, and he has a smile on his face. He's got a big red beard, brown beard, big full hair. And he has a small sack in his hand, and he comes up to you with a grin. He goes, Scoot loves these. See that she gets some fresh carrots. She'll do anything you ask.
Well, thank you.
He pats you on the shoulder and smiles, and he goes off to order some food.
So, is the best plan we have to hunt down and either murder or steal from the murderous thieves?
Well, I think the plan was to go to speak to this Ivan fella.
Well,
No, wait. I like Jadav's plan. That's a good plan, Jadav.
No, yes. So much sarcasm is lost in translation.
Well, look, I think the sensible route would be to go to speak to this Ivan, and
Oh my God, with the sensible route. Can we not just do stuff?
Look,
Okay.
we did that last night, and now we're going to do sensible stuff. It's a give and take, you know.
The sensitive stuff is boring. I'll go. Oh, by the way, we should really consider going down to the thiefling to take care of the burial.
What burial's that?
Kerr the sexton.
It was this magnificent wizard that we had in with us before you came along. He was one of the most gifted wizards in the land.
Well, I'm sure it was okay, you know.
A magnificent lover, I might add.
Yeah. Well, be that as it may. Yeah. I kind of look, you know, to Jodat and Tolran. Yeah, I got nothing.
So the inn is
do
moderately busy. It's about a little past the breakfast hour. Go ahead.
you want me to take care of that while you take care of that sensible stuff?
Sure. We'll go. I kind of again look pleadingly to Jodat and Tolran. Yeah,
Yes.
we'll go talk to Ivan. Yeah. Sound good?
That seems about right.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Well, good luck with your business. And I guess unless there's any objections, Jodat, Tolran, and I will go to Ivan, the
yeah, heading off.
guard.
Okay, so you leave the three. The town, the streets are moderately busy. It's, as I said, it's about an hour past the breakfast hour. Most of the workers are gone to work. Some people are still heading to their local stores and local businesses and stuff like that. It's it's a cool day. It's overcast, but it's not raining. And you're standing outside the three right now.
Alright. So Balmera goes south, and we need to head north.
That sounds right.
If you like.
Yes.
Alright. So I'm gonna say,
So I stopped listening when she was talking about robbing the highway thieves. Where is she
Yeah.
going?
she's going to deal with Silas's burial arrangements. Well, the two of you are going to ask Ivan about the road graves.
No, that part I got.
I think I see an old friend of mine. Please, excuse me for a moment. And Torrin's going to head over to the stables.
Okay.
I watched Tolran go with bemusement. I say, Jodet, it's looks like it's you and me. We'll want to see about arranging our next paycheck.
Yes.
Okay. So Grim and Jodat head north towards the guardhouse.
Yep.
Looking for Ivan. As I said, the streets are not crowded, but far from empty. You definitely see people coming and going. There's wagons and carts, people hauling goods, people on horses, and you're getting a few nods and a few smiles and a few stares as well. But some of the faces are kind of sort of familiar to you now. Balmera, you head south towards the graveyard and where Kerr is. Talrun, when you go to the stables, you are talking to this. You see a figure wearing a robe that has a very, very deep cowl, keeping its face kind of in shadow. The has a slight build. It's about maybe 5 feet tall, and is loading boxes into the back of a cargo wagon. There are 2 draft mules attached to the cargo wagon.
I walk closer to him. Hello there. I wave so he gets attention.
He stops and looks up. You can see that it's a youngish male, but you can only kind of see like the front of the face under this deep hood. And he says, "Hello there." His eyes dart to the symbol on your outfit, and then back to your eyes.
Yes, I noticed that you were adorned with a similar symbol on your robes. I was wondering if you were from a monastery.
I He smiles at you. I don't know what to say. I'm not supposed to talk about it, but he looks again at the symbol you're wearing and again back at your face. He starts loading boxes again.
You're not allowed to speak? Is there a monastery nearby?
I can. My name is Seria, and he sort of gives you like a short kind of wave, puts his hand up and back down. I'm not supposed to talk about such things.
Why not? Why can you not speak of this to me?
Well, privacy is important to us.
And who is us?
Look, maybe you could tell me your name, and I could ask, and then maybe I could be allowed to answer your questions.
My name is Tolrun.
And
I am from the Reto Dratsang Monastery.
Rato Dratsang, on the other coast.
Yes. You know of it?
I've heard of it. He nods and he turns to start loading the crates again. I'm sorry, but I made a promise. But I make a promise to you too. I will ask, and if it is permitted, I will answer your questions, and then maybe I can show you where I'm from.
So I'm going to assume that you come from a similar place nearby.
You say that out loud?
Yeah.
He doesn't respond.
I'll take that as a yes. Alright, so I guess you'll mention my name to what, your masters?
I will speak to the to the people I live with when I get back to home. I'm sorry. I made a promise.
That's very interesting. And how long will that take? Weeks, days,
well,
minutes?
If I'm allowed to
years?
get back, I could be back within a half 10.
I guess that is acceptable. Well, thank you, Syria.
It was nice to meet you.
I hold up my hand to shake his.
He looks down. I do not know this. What does that mean?
Yeah, never mind. It's just a sign of acknowledgement. Anyway, I'll
Oh.
see you around.
He smiles, and then he finishes loading the last of the boxes into his wagon. We'll jump to Balmera next. So you were down at the graveyard, and so let's see. Maybe you're standing outside the sexton's house, Kerr's house.
Yeah. She'll go down the coast road, enjoying the fresh air, whistling all the way, greeting everybody she sees.
Okay. You're getting definitely a lot of smiles and nods. Not from every person, certainly, but some. And there are a lot of dwarves in this town, and they tend to greet you cordially.
She doesn't really care today. Today she's happy. She'll go up, his house was next to the graveyard.
Yep.
Okay, she'll go up to the house if she can get there, and she will knock on the door.
All right. So there's a delay of about 30 seconds, maybe even 45 seconds before the door opens, and you see a tiefling standing there. He's still buttoning up his vest, and he's sort of straightening out his mane at the back there. He's blinking his eyes a lot. Yes, can I help you? Oh yes, you are a friend of. I'm sorry, of this person I have in my
Cyrus.
back room.
Cyrus Bell, son.
Silas. Yes, I remember now. Yes, come in.
Thank you.
You know what you wish to do with the body?
Well, do you know how humans do it?
Many seek internment. This is what this place is for. And he sort of gestures beyond the walls in the direction of the graveyard.
Okay. Well, if that's the human way, we'll do it the human way.
And how formally a ceremony would you like for this person? I can do a simple hole in the ground. I can do a tombstone. I can make a nice beer for them, or perhaps even construct a full building. There is still room for a few in the graveyard.
The basics? Maybe like a stone with his name?
I can do this, yes. 2 days.
Okay.
I will one crown. It will be the cost.
Okay. So, is it like, do you hold a party for the dead? Or is that not a human thing?
It is. You can do as you wish. We'll dig a hole, place him in the hole, close up the hole, and I will have the stone made. I will speak to Rogi. He does good work.
Okay, I'll have the stone should say, as you kind of she'll take out the letter. Does the letter from his master, does that have his surname on it?
I don't know. You tell me, Alex.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it would. Silas
Okay.
Belroth.
Belroth?
Yep.
Okay. I'll Silas Belroth, Wizard Extraordinary. He died protecting Crossmeet.
He he scrambles and to find the parchment and jots that down. Yes, I will have Rogi do this. 2 days. He does good work.
And maybe something
You will
like
like.
greatly missed or something like that.
So he writes that down as well.
Okay, I'll give him a crown.
Okay. The crown is for my services. For the stone, Rogi will probably want some payment. I do not know
Okay,
the amount.
that's okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
We take care of
He
our-
nods. Okay. So, back at the northern end of Crossmeet, Grim and Jodat are standing outside the guardhouse. It is one of the very few all-stone buildings
Mhm.
in Crossmeet. There's a small jail built in, and there's a small sort of locked, very secure cell in the back.
All right.
There's a few people passing by, a few wagons passing by. You're outside it.
I kind of lean over to John and say, I really haven't had too much interaction with the local god. Perhaps you should do the talking.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
look,
suppose.
we're just looking for information about these bandits, if it's something they're concerned about, and if they can, kick any crowns or nobles our way for dealing with them. You know, the usual.
Yes, I understand. So I'll walk in.
Okay, just as you're reaching for the door handle, from inside the building, you hear like the sound of maybe like furniture hitting a wall.
All right. Well, I I will then burst into the door wielding my table leg, imagining that something horrific is going on inside.
Okay, so you see two guards standing there. Ivan is one of them, and another guard which you don't recognize. Both are in full plate mail, and Ivan looks at you, and there is a broken small chair shattered against the wall, and he looks over at you. Oh, it's you. What do you guys want? He goes over and he's picking up the pieces of the broken chair, and he just kind of throws them in the corner.
Yes, okay. It was not too long ago that we also had to battle furniture. It looks like you have come out better than we did.
Yeah, well, from what I heard of your story, this furniture didn't fight back.
So if the chair did not attack you, and it's not personal, why did you break it to tiny pieces?
Yeah. Listen, I've been meaning to talk to you and your friends anyway. Where can I find you later today? Say mid-afternoon or supper time?
Well, supper time, probably at table in the 3 with the 10 times as much food as we require.
What's your passive insight, please, Johnette?
What was that, wisdom?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it's a 14. Let's go with 14.
Okay, good. So as he's telling you this, asking you where you're going to be in this afternoon, he's sort of glancing back at the other guard and then back to you. Yeah, okay. I'll meet you there this afternoon. We can have a little chat about the chair. But that's not why you came here.
He's no, but I look at him. I look at the other guard. If my business here is something that perhaps would be better suited at the discussion later, it is okay. I do not wish to interrupt any Uh, furniture
I
to
sort of
rearrange.
I sort of stepped forward and kind of stepped not quite in front of him, but ahead of him. And I say, "Look, are you having problems with bandits at all?"
Uh, not in town.
Well, no, not in town. Obviously, you clearly have the town well under control. I kind of glance at the broken furniture, but we've heard rumors, as one does in your local tavern, that there was some trouble just outside of town, and we're keen to see that the commerce flowing into Crossmeet, in and out, is not hindered in any way.
Well, there's been not an uncommon problem on the road, but the road race are particularly vicious and quite successful. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, that was
But,
the name. Road race, yeah.
I can. Well, if I'm going to meet with you and your friends this afternoon, I think I could provide some more details there if you want, and we can talk about some other things as well.
Yeah, I kind of look back at John and say, sure, we'll talk about that later then.
Yes,
Good.
we will let you get back to redecorating and yes.
Yeah, I just put my hand on Jodat and sort of, guide him outside with myself, and we step out onto the road.
Okay.
Say, that seem odd to you at all?
Yeah. Are you speaking of the tension in the air, or the fact that the chair did not fight back?
Kind of all of it, really. You know him better than I do, but he seemed rather skittish, and whereas we are just simple, adventurers poking our nose into his business, he seemed rather out of sorts.
Yes. He is very confusing. This time he was helpful.
That's not normal, is it?
Not in my experience. Yeah, but I suppose this afternoon we'll figure out what is going on.
Well, usually when one turns from not helpful to helpful, it means either one of two things: either they've warmed up to you, or they're desperate. And I don't think it was the former.
If it's most likely not. Now, I need to stop by the temple. Is this something you wish to accompany me with, or is this
why not? I've got respect for any deity that has that promotes the acquisition of gold and silver. I've got to admire that. So let's see what that's all about.
Well, not just gold, silver, also information, learning, and knowledge.
Sure. But gold and silver too, right?
Oh yes. And then
Oh,
I kind of lean towards him a little bit. And secrets, lots of secrets. So yeah, I'm gonna make my way over to the Temple of Joaquin,
and I'll follow behind.
Okay. On the way, you pass by Volcrum's Wonders, and you see him out on the porch, and he's looking. He's got a particularly focusing his gaze on Grim, and he's holding the carpet that you sold him, and he's got a sort of a confused look in his face. He's just sort of staring at you as you walk past his porch.
I put on this big broad smile and nod, like, and wave. Ah.
All right. you make your way along the high road towards the Church of Joaquin. As you guys head there, what are Torun and Balmera doing?
Right, well, Torrent's thinking about. He was considering following this guy in the cart, but if it's 5 days round trip, he's not going to follow him for 2.5 days. It's ridiculous.
I will tell
He
you
will
that you
take-
see him leave town to the north, heading north.
Okay. I was going to say I wouldn't take note of that. And Torrent's thinking, because the masters at his monastery were pretty skilled, and this guy seemed more isolationist than his one, like to the point of being really unfriendly. So he's kind of worried, and he's thinking about like, well, what if he ends up having to fight some of these guys? That's not going to work out well, even for someone as competent and mighty as him. And he's actually going to head to the blacksmith, Brogan.
Okay, sure. And what about Balmera? After you leave the sexton, where do you go?
So you want to go up to the slag pit? Or the slag? The not so good bar.
Yes, Slag Pit, owned by Slag.
Yes.
Sure. You're not too far from there. There's not a whole lot going on there. I'll get back to you in a moment. Okay, so outside of the Church of Joaquin, you see, or we find Grim and Jawdat.
Mm-hmm.
And the Church of Joaquin is mostly made of wood, like 99% of the buildings in this town, but it has a few stone features, some stone steps. There's a sign to the left that's made of stone. There's also a tiny stables behind it. As I said, it's pretty cool and overcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just following Jada at this point. I've never been here before, so.
All right, so I'm just gonna walk up and walk in. Yes? No? Maybe?
Sorry.
I think.
You see,
Okay.
yeah, I was muted. Sorry. You see acolytes as you had before. You are in the entry room. A few are looking at you, and eventually one comes up to you and says, "Yes, can I help you?"
Yes, I was looking for yes. Yeah. He's short and in charge.
I can get Eppin for you.
Yes, yes. Epin.
Please wait here.
Okay.
And
Sarah, be really breaking up. Rob?
and hello, I'm here.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. You broke up almost entirely there.
Okay now? No.
Nope.
Yes. Is it okay now? Nope. Well, shit.
Off and on.
Huh? Crap. Well, I don't know what to do about it.
Okay, it seems fine now.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it seems to be less good.
Okay, so when Eppin arrived, he's wearing kind of. No.
No, it's breaking up again. All right. Good.
Testing.
Sounds fine now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll keep trying. So when Eppin joins you guys, he is a halfling, balding, and between the two very, very tall people before him, Grim and Jawdet. He looks way up at you and he says, "Oh yes, my investment." And he looks up at Jawdet. "You brought another friend to do chores?"
Is not no, not this time. Perhaps another time. Instead I bring you I bring you this, and I'm gonna throw him that chunk of silver ore.
So he catches it and he smiles at first, and then as he turns it over, his smile kind of diminishes. Yes. I suppose there is some value in here.
There is value in this. Is like Joaquin says. Oftentimes the poor man cannot see the riches that are contained within. And if one wishes to explore and spin such riches, he must work for it. I simply have brought you a method to work. It looks like something you could use.
Yes, well, it seems my investment paid off. I thank you for bringing it to me, and I congratulate myself for trusting you in the first place.
I kind of say out loud to Jada, I say, it's very nice. And what about that gold I gave you? Did that?
No, this gold, it goes in box. You see, there are certain times that perhaps one coin does not leave a hand for another hand it should leave for. It's very confusing how commerce works, and I think we all understand this, but sometimes money is a little sticky. So just to help out, and he has his hands full, I will make sure that this goes in the box.
Yes, well,
sure.
Blessed be to Joaquin. She's truly wonderful, and feel free to come back another time with more return.
Is possible, but investment was simple interest, not compound.
Yes, well, all we can do for Joaquin, she greatly appreciates.
Yes. Have fun with your rock.
So he go ahead.
Does Joaquin, does she provide any other services other than taking rocks?
What other services you mean?
Well, I was just curious. I'm a man of commerce myself, in one fashion or another, and I was I'm in between deities at the moment, truth be told, and I was interested in what Joaquin has to offer.
Let me stop you, but let me stop you with words that say, you are a businessman of a certain type. Joaquin is goddess of business of all types. And I kind of smile.
Ah, well, sounds very flexible. I like that. I'm very flexible myself, I have to say. Some of my business is fairly straightforward. This for that sort of thing. Others is a bit more nuanced, I guess you'd say.
Yes, but commerce and discussions of commerce and types of commerce is like commerce. One does not stand in the middle of China shop asking about purchasing daggers. So perhaps.
So Eppin walks up to you and he looks up at you, Jawdet, and he says, kind of in a whisper, but he's too far from your ear that Grim can also hear. If you can, convince another positively donating member Keen's Church, then I'm sure you might find a return of your own.
I one day hope to have your command really obvious. But it's time for us to go. There are people we must meet later in the afternoon.
Yes, of course. I turn to the other priest who is there. I say, do you have a symbol, a token of your your deity?
Yes, you can buy them in a shop up front.
Yeah, excellent. So I'm gonna head toward the front of the temple with the sort of little semicircular table with the lovely young lady behind it, and I say, yes, you have the symbol of your deity here. I understand.
They have there's on the table, different materials, holy symbols of different types and everything of different materials, and then there's this like little bowl that's like ones, and they're made out of wood, but they're clearance, and you can clearly see that at one point they were marked up, and then they've been marked back down, so it seems like you're getting a discount, but in reality you're paying full price.
That's excellent. They say 80% off or something.
Right, but the average person wouldn't look at it that closely.
Right.
I do for a moment look at the ones made of silver and some precious metals, and I say, well, I don't know much about your deity as yet, but I don't know. I think this would attract the wrong crowd, if you know what I'm saying. So I might just go for one of the copper ones over there. The copper ones.
Okay, so it's actually a piece of copper, a little bit bigger than a coin, but it's painted gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just with gold paint, and on the face of it is the symbol of a female. It's a side view of a female with long golden hair curling around.
Nice one.
Fun fact about the holy symbols: no matter what material you get them out of, they're all measured or weighted appropriately, so they are the exact weight of one gold coin.
Excellent. So it's a very heavy copper piece.
Or precious metal, like they're all weighted to be like 1 troy ounce or whatever.
Nice.
Oh, excellent! I didn't know that.
So
that's cool.
So I looked at the young lady. And I say, and how much is this?
Oh, this would be 2 crowns. Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted this one? Yes.
The copper,
of
yes.
course. Yes. 1 crown, 5 nobles. Oh, the copper one, of course. 1 crown.
Well, I'm afraid I only have 8 nobles.
She gives a quick glance to Epin, who nods. Done.
Thank you. So, I take it in my hand, and I kind of put it around my neck and display it proudly. I say, I kind of lean over to John as we head out, and whispering to him and saying, "I'm getting the hang of this religion."
Yes, but if you had waited a few more moments, you would have gotten it for 2.
Well, to be fair, I am new at this.
It's okay. I will teach you the finer art of. Well, there's a very bad word that we do not use a lot. There's a fine line between negotiation, lying, and con artistry. Is very fuzzy line.
Well, perhaps your deity expands beyond what your temple understands. Perhaps we'll form a new group.
Yes, it boils down to a simple idea. If someone knows more than you learn from them. If someone has more than you take from them, either in business or in other ways. If someone has less than you encourage them so that they do not get idea to take from you. It makes sense.
I like it. I'm I kind of finger the medallion around my neck and say, yeah, I'm seeing your way of thinking, and
pretty weighty.
we'll head back south. What's that?
It's pretty weighty.
Yeah, I appreciate the weight and the texture of it.
Even the copper ones are artificial. It's actually lead, painted to look like copper, painted to look like gold.
Probably. Painted to look like copper and then gold on top of that.
That's right.
So, but I will, tuck it into my shirt in any case, and we'll head back towards the three.
As we're walking back, I pull out two other holy symbols. One is Verglin, which is the dwarven god of commerce, and one is Garglittergolds, which is the gnomish god of commerce. Perhaps is at some time we can also introduce you to these fine churches. It's good to know many people in many places.
Sure.
He winds up wearing these three big pendants, weighing his neck down. Okay, so we're going to cut over to Tolrun, who is down here, approaching Brogan's shop along Port Street. Now, Brogan's shop is it's kind of open air. On one side, there's like a bit of a canvas roof sticking out, but you can see Brogan working away. Even in the cool day, he's still mostly shirtless. He's got a mohawk, and he's hammering away at a spike.
Alright, so as I'm walking there, I realize that I really should have asked that guy a lot more questions. And I step into the place, and I wait a few moments for him to like come to me, but then I remember that he's the guy that just like keeps going on even if you're talking to him.
Uh-huh.
So I walk next to him. Hello there.
He takes a few more taps. He looks up at you. Hey.
Hello there. You might remember me from yesterday. I was with that group. Sorry about their actions. They were. One of them was just frustrated about not having enough money to get a proper weapon. But I was wondering if you could make me something.
Hey. What?
And alright, I'm basically going to describe to him just like weighted training gear, so Torun can train more in his spare time. So
like little barbells, things you can wear on your wrists, that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, basically like that, but things you can wear on your wrists, but probably more extreme, a little more extreme than usual.
Okay. So you want just like stuff made of iron. You don't want stuff that's like practical for using in battle. You just want weights. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. So he puts his hammer down, and he goes over to another table, and he pulls some metal workings, some little jobs that are in progress, off of a small stack of parchment, and he gives you that. Then he looks around for a bit before he finds a bottle of ink and a quill, and he sets it out. Draw what you want, I'll make it.
All right. Torun will draw it, and while he's doing that, so what is the approximate price we're looking for here?
Just iron, just wheat.
I hand him the drawing of the thing.
How many things do you want? Are you looking for 2 or 10 or?
4. One for
all
each
right.
one.
So made it of iron, and plus his time, he's going to charge you 3 crowns.
All right. I'll pay him up front.
Right. Grant 2 days.
2 days, huh? All right. I'll be here in 2 days for your work. I very much look forward to it.
Nah. Bink. Bink. He goes back to hammering. He doesn't even check to see if you've left.
I kind of just take another look around of its shop just to look at the quality of the stuff. Then I walk out of there.
There isn't much finished products here around the shop. There's a few here and there. It's mostly tools. He's got hanging around. He's got quite an assortment of various shaping tools and different size hammers, a couple different bellows, things like that.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
go ahead.
I walk out of there and I'm like, should probably head back to the free. Maybe the others have found something out from Ivan by now.
All right, and then over by the slag pit is Belmera. So what are you doing at the slag pit, Belmera? It is not very busy this time of day, although you can see one working girl standing out front. She's giving you a smile. She's probably about 40-ish, a human.
Well, I'll smile to her and I walk inside, take a look.
All right. As soon as you walk inside, the smell of beer mixed with body odor mixed with piss assaults you. It's mostly empty. You see a short gnome kind of with a limp, and he's mopping. He's got a bit of a scar where one lip is. He's pushing a mop. Slag is behind the bar, but Wrong is nowhere to be seen.
Okay. Is Sven there? Sven? Is he there?
Sven? No.
She doesn't want to deal with an angry dwarf. An angry orc today, so she will nod and go outside to the working girl and
Okay.
say, I'm looking for something to take the edge off, to get a buzz.
Well, I usually don't do females, but for a dwarf, I'll make an exception.
I don't talk about that. I'm talking about mushrooms and
Mushrooms? You want to go farming?
no. Well, you know how in other inns they sell beer, they sell wine, they sell alcohol. I was thinking maybe you knew someone who will sell something a tad more special, a tad more.
I know what you mean. Yeah, you probably want to talk to. Well, I can introduce you and maybe point you in the right direction. I could probably remember.
Great. I smile.
She sort of looks around.
Okay, I will hand her a noble. With this help you remember?
Okay, so she tucks it into an ill-fitting top in her cleavage, and she says, "Yes, you want to talk to Sven? He's around here almost every night."
Well, he's not around. Where is he now?
I don't know, and if I did, I certainly wouldn't be foolish enough to tell you or anyone else.
She kind of pats her special pouch.
No, there's no money that's going to make me tell you, even if I did know, which I don't. No
money.
No, I like working here.
What if I
You
gave
can
you?
see Sven only talks to people when he wants to talk to people, not when they want to talk to him.
That's kind of bad for business.
Yes, well, come back at night when his. She looks over at the slag pit when his office is open.
So who owns this place? Is that Slag?
Yes. She looks up at the sign above the door.
Right.
I think he froze. Oh, no, he didn't.
Okay, I'll nod and I'll walk away. Go back to the tree.
Okay. So, unless you guys want to accomplish something else, we're going to have you regroup at the 3. Is that okay with everyone?
Yep, it's fine with me.
If I can just
Sounds good.
on the way, send a letter back to Cyrus Master, the letter I've been writing. I'll do that. If there's like a courier service or something like that. Courier
Well, you can
service.
maybe write it when you're there. It's kind of hard to write a note while you're walking down the
No,
road.
she has written the letter. She did that the first night.
Oh, okay.
She just wants
Okay.
to mail it.
Oh, all right. Well, you can ask around the local citizens, and you can find out that there is, in fact, a courier in town at Swift Travel.
Okay. How much do they want for carrying a letter back to his master?
Depends where to. All the way back to Anrock.
Mhm.
Well, that's quite a ways. I think probably 4 crowns would be about right. It's over 1,000 miles. So.
Okay, maybe later.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know him that well.
Yeah, right.
She's been bleeding gold today. I mean, she needs to stop.
The 4 of you regroup at the 3, and maybe you order some lunch. You're there for about an hour. It's about an hour past the lunch hour when Ivan comes in. Ivan is not wearing his uniform for the first time since you've known him. And he comes to the table and he kind of looks around before he sits down. Mind if I speak with you guys?
Sure.
Mm.
Why not? It's a free town. As
He
far
calls
as we know.
he calls Jay over and orders himself a beer. He just orders one for himself. And he's sitting there and he says, look, we didn't get off onto a good foot, but well, the fact is I don't really like adventures. I think you guys bring more trouble than you solve. But that said, I'm not blind to the fact you've been helping the town. You tried to help that boy. You helped Anna at the cost of one of your friends' lives, and the Ambolts filled me in on what you did with that for them. So I'm glad you're in the town.
Well, we are happy to serve the people of Crossmeet.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that because you might be taking a better part than a bigger part in that. Look, I'm not supposed to talk about it, but well, let's say that after tomorrow, the town's not going to be as well protected as it is today.
Yeah, that definitely gets my attention. I lean up out of my seat, say, "No, protected." That's it's a pretty heavy statement there.
I lean in.
It makes no sense to me either. Word comes right from the kingdom itself, though, right from the capital.
Is
Taking
he
most of my guards.
Well, front. That's like
is he
that's like
taking
on the other
your
side of the
guards?
continent.
He's taking most of the guards into this town. Yeah,
What the front?
and every other town, from what I'm hearing.
But why?
Well, I mean, it's obvious, right? He's probably a war or something like this, because there's only time that all the guards that get called in is for a war, right? Is
Yeah,
there going to be a war?
that's usually what it is.
They wouldn't give me any details.
Yeah, they don't
They
need to.
just, I got 13 guards in this town watching Crossmeet, including myself. They're taking most of them.
Bastards.
Look, I don't have any authority to deputize you right now, and I can't offer you a direct job just yet, but I'm asking you, I know that you're capable with a sword and you seem to help this town. Just, all I'm asking is keep your eyes open. If you see anyone well, hurting anyone else, make sure I know about it. See what you can do. I'm worried for the townsfolk. With so few guards remaining, well, some of the elements in this town might try and take advantage.
I kind of pause for a long moment and then sigh.
Swig of beer.
Yeah, I kind of pause for a long moment and sigh, and I kind of lean in and I say, look, Ivan, to be perfectly honest, we're all pretty much done. We're not good people. We don't really care much for other people. We don't care much for ourselves. Truth be told, most of us are probably despise ourselves deep down if we really thought about it. But
Speak for yourself. What?
Yeah, he's delusional. Listen, the point is that. But the truth is that we're trying to set roots here, and no one likes when things go sour and when things go bad, and we're not good people. I won't pretend we are, but I think I can speak for the rest of us when I say that we'll do our best to keep the place from getting any worse than it already is.
He looks around. He meets the gaze of each of you. Is what he says true? Does he speak for the rest of you?
I'm not sure what he means by saying that we're not good people, but I'll do whatever I can to protect this town if it needs us.
Well, what about you? I know half-orcs aren't always welcomed around here, but how do you feel?
Well, I do not know that I plan on always living here. But, I mean, yes, I suppose that I am willing to help. But, it's not what I imagined myself doing, being a town guard.
No, look, I'm not offering you a full-time job. I'm not even asking that you become guards or even stop crimes, really. Just if you see anyone hurting anyone else or trying to hurt anyone else, just do what you can. That's all I'm asking.
So, vigilantes?
No, just if you see someone who can't defend themselves being beat upon, step up.
So basically, you're asking us to be good citizens.
Yeah, you seem to care about this town and the people in it, and I do too. And I don't want to see this town fall apart.
Neither do we.
All right.
He
calls over to Faye.
I kind of glance over
and orders a pitcher of beer.
I glance over at Belmira while this conversation is going on and see what her expression is.
She's busy mugging someone.
Look at that. Solving next one, taking their money.
She seems quite focused on with a small leather pouch that seems empty. She's fiddling with, not really paying attention.
Okay, so Ivan orders a pitcher of beer, and along with 4 glasses, one for each of you, and he pours some beer into each of your glasses, and he lifts his glass to yours in a toast. Thanks for the year and for understanding, and keep your socks on. He knocks back the beer.
Yeah, I'll hold my beer in his direction and do the same.
Okay.
Same here.
So he sighs after he puts down his glass and he goes, "This is what I'm talking about." You see about 20 armed guards come into the three. They're in their full guard outfit, and while they have the symbol of city guards, they also have a smaller symbol that notes the particular city they serve. And these guards are not wearing the symbol of Crossmeet, but are actually wearing two different symbols. Some have one symbol, and some have another symbol. There's more of one type than the other. And about 20 of them come in full plate mail, and they're loud and boisterous, as guards or soldiers can be. And they're not being destructive or things like that, but they're loud and brash, and they come and they take up a whole bunch of tables, and they're calling for booze and for service. Ivan sighs. Here we go.
Yeah. Who are these? I haven't seen them in town before.
He points at some of them and goes, "They're from Cerner to the north, and they're from Gulthanor. I told you they're stripping guards of all the towns. They're making a sweep, and they're taking most of my men with them."
Where are they heading?
To the capital.
Interesting.
Make their way south to Bryce, and then turn east, pick up more. They won't give me any details as to why, just see that it's done. Sometimes I hate my job.
Yeah. Sometimes hate your job too.
But Merrill looks up at Ivan and at the guards. The stripping guards?
What was the question?
She just said they're stripping guards of the cities?
Yeah.
They're taking most of the guards
Town.
from every town.
Oh, why?
This is why the bandits they won't say. They haven't told me. I've asked.
Yeah, I kind of lean to Bamura. Yeah, we just talked about that. You gotta kind of catch up here.
How many will be left here?
3.
Just
from
3?
13, counting me. Now you tell me how 3 men are supposed to cover every shift, all day, every day.
Well, I mean, Tolman could help you.
I was gonna.
I leaned in. Yeah, we're already past that too. Look, just.
Here's the cold notes.
I'm sorry. She looks down at the pouch and she kind of puts it away.
I lean a bit towards Ivan. I say, she was a bit closer to Silas than the rest of them apparently. So she's taking it a bit hard. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, your wizard friend. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I think this is why those bandits you were talking about have been, more successful than lately than they normally are. They usually have King's Guards that patrol the roads in between the towns, take care of that stuff, but apparently they were stripped a month ago, or at least a 10-day ago.
Well, she noticed the ale and she empties it and kind of wipes it. Lip. We could help with that, but I think I mentioned it for you before. We are not what you will call well equipped.
Look, between you and I, if you want to go after the road race, I ain't gonna stop you, but nothing personal. You just don't have the firepower to take them out. They're Well,
How many of them are there? Hundreds?
no one knows
Thousands?
for sure, but they seem to be in different groups here and there. They're mostly striking the road to the north and to the south of here. It's not my investigation. They haven't come into town or within a few miles of it.
Hmm. Well,
But I caution you if you want to pursue that.
Well, if you do have any further information, you can let us know. We'll look into it since they seem to be something of a threat. Now, just to be absolutely clear, and I'm not saying that we'd do anything that would be in any way, against the people of the town or unsavory or anything like that. But should these bandits have any sort of, I don't know, treasure or gold in their possession, you wouldn't be opposed to, say, us, acquiring that for our own?
Look, from the previous attacks, they rob people completely, and they often attack cargo wagons. There'd be no way, money's got no name on it, no identifying marks. But if you were to recover some of the cargo that belonged to some of the townsfolk, maybe you could at least return the cargo to them.
Yeah. Sure,
they might even reward you for it. As far as anything else goes, well, it's beyond my jurisdiction anyway.
I think I think we have the right of that.
That sounds like that sounds very similar to a plan Torvin had earlier today.
You have got to stop putting words in my mouth.
What? I clearly remember we were sitting here eating breakfast. Or was it last night?
Yes, we were eating breakfast. And that's it.
Well, one of us has the idea. It doesn't really matter who has the idea.
Well.
I'm pretty sure it was you.
Yeah.
Maybe Jabba. I don't know. I mean, you. Are you sure you didn't have the idea, Torvin?
Was the idea stupid? Then no, it was probably yours.
I don't have stupid ideas. I only have brilliant ideas.
Well, if you'll excuse us, Ivan, we're probably going to have a last drink here and get up to bed. We're kind of tired.
Yeah,
It's been a rough
well,
day.
it's only 2 in the afternoon. And in any case, Ivan does have to get up to leave.
We're almost retired, so we go early to bed.
Yeah, I realized that. So, yeah, well, rougher than usual, Yeah.
I've got to prepare, and I've got to talk to the mayor. Yeah, all right. I'll see you all later. Thanks for the chat.
Thank you. As soon as he sort of walks away, I kind of lean in and I say, "You see, they're successful because they have a great name. I mean, the road race. How great is that? We don't have a name.
We do?
We do?
No.
Yeah, we agreed to call ourselves Belmera and Company.
What did we say?
Belmera and Company. Or maybe Belmera's Company.
No. I didn't agree to that.
No one agreed to that.
People laugh at us.
Really? Yeah.
Now, but road race. I mean, that's exciting. People are scared of them, even though we have no idea how many of them are. There could be two guys out there for all we know.
But okay.
But they call themselves road race, and everyone's like shivering.
But we cannot take that name because it's already.
Well, no, I'm not saying we take that name. I'm simply saying, if we had a name that was as awesome as that, we'd be. People would fear us.
Yes. Okay.
It's about marketing, you see.
I don't know what that word means, but okay.
Jordan.
No, I don't want any more religious.
Yes?
Marketing. Can you explain marketing to Belmeri here?
Yes, is much like different types of dwarves. So if one dwarf has crest that has shield on it, another dwarf has crest that has hammer on it, another dwarf has crest that has ugly beardless dwarf lady on it, you know which dwarf clan is coming based on crest. Now, once we know crests and then we know names, then next time someone is like, it is the UBD ales, then you associate with the banner, and now you know. Now, if the UBDLs get a reputation for lots of recreational bedroom activity with wizards, the next time that you need recreational bedroom activity with wizards, you know to call the UBDLs.
That's it. Jordan said it right there. Reputation. That's what marketing is. It's about having a reputation. And if you've got a name, then people can associate with the reputation. That's all I'm saying.
Now, if Belmera and Company is best we can come up with, at least this is simple. But there are certain people, roughly like 95% of the town, who thinks that you are responsible for the drunken incident the other night and not Tolroon, so perhaps is not the best marketing tool at the moment.
Well, it also doesn't have any flair. No offense, Belmira is a marvelous name. I'm not putting it down. I'm simply saying that road wraiths. The name itself sort of instills fear in the heart. That
Yes,
people
it also tells you what they do. They're on road, and they attack you. They drain away your finances and disappear into the everything.
Yeah, you see. Now that's what I'm talking about. Jordan here, he knows the right of it.
But as of right now, all we could be called is mermaid slayers, furniture breakers, or perhaps bug squashers.
Well,
I'm not keen on any of those names. So.
Well, no, those are only working titles, of course, but it's something to build on. And we can elaborate. You exaggerate a bit when you're building your reputation, and you can grow into your name.
Okay. So since you are so keen of doing stuff for the city without getting paid, we should, I don't know, cross guard maybe.
Oh, I like that. It's like the cross guard of a sword. It protects your hand when you're wielding it, right?
And the city is called Crossmeet, so we kind of play on that.
I like it.
But isn't cross guard the part on sword?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It protects your hand so you don't get your knuckles cut when someone slices at you.
Great, so we will be mighty protectors of this town. This sounds awesome.
Well,
you detect sarcasm in his voice. No insight check required.
Well, I mean, we can rebrand later,
No, rebranding is problem. It's like when it's like when there's brand on camel and you put new brand over top of it. All of a sudden, you have no idea whose camel it is.
Okay, so you don't like the name. How about you, Torun?
I don't like the idea of having a name anyway.
If you do not have name, you would have to constantly say, "Hey, you."
My name, a name for us as a collective. I don't think we need one.
But if we do not have name, then how, when there is small child in trouble, will they know who to call?
But your name is like all your people are called Torun?
What?
He said it's a collective name.
No, he said he understands having a name. He does not understand us as a collective. You, me, having a name as a collective group.
Yeah, all right, look.
Well,
We-
it's
we-
just easier to say, quick, get the crosscuts and quick, get Grim, Jabba, that tall one guy, and the handsome dwarf. I mean, that takes a long time to say.
Hmm.
we can table the name for now. I'm just saying it's something to think about. We need to come up with something soon so that
Right.
we can market ourselves. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Let's do that.
While you're having this discussion, it strikes you that a lot of the other townsfolk seem to be agitated and are certainly the topic on almost everyone's lips is why are all these guards in town? The number of guards in town is more than doubled in just this afternoon.
Hmm.
Huh. So I'm starting to
They
look
seem
over it.
agitated, worried, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so I'm sort of looking over at them and I'm paying a bit more attention. I say, I say, well, gentlemen, if you'll excuse me, I need to drain the dragon. I'll be right back, and I'll get up from the table and step outside for a moment.
Okay.
So, there's
It's
something
around the
else we
supper
can do.
hour.
Mhm.
The townsfolk outside are a little bit thicker than normal, and it seems to be the topic on almost everyone's lips about all these guards in town, what it might portend, that sort of thing.
About 30 seconds later, after I leave, you see this this gorgeous redhead come in. Oddly enough, dressed in the exact same clothes as Grim was when he left. Although she wraps this kind of cloak around herself to sort of cover that fact. And
So, this girl clearly mugged Grim and took all his clothes.
Yes, clearly.
Very quickly, too.
Quite possibly, yeah. But you're not really looking at that because she has this gorgeous red hair that's just running down her back. These green eyes that are almost luminescent in their in the startling color that they have. Her skin is smooth and
They're not looking at the eyes in a way, so.
exactly. And she comes walking in and looking and kind of looking around and kind of walks over toward the clot of soldiers over at the some of the tables off from the other side.
Okay, so the party certainly sees this beautiful woman coming into the room. You can respond however you like to that. The guards certainly see it, and a lot of them are staring. The guards are made up of a mix of human and dwarves, more dwarves than humans, and a couple of halflings tossed in there as well. You get about halfway to the table with the guards when Faye comes up to you. Yes, dear. Can I get you anything? What would you like?
I kind of glance at her. I say, perhaps an ale over here at these tables. And I'll take out a silver piece and I'll pass it to her.
Okay. So she turns and goes off to get an ale for you.
And I'll kind of walk over using a bit more hip than one would normally do when walking. And
so all these guards are in full plate, and they're taking about 5 different tables.
And I'll kind of drag a chair over loudly and kind of turn it and straddle it, with the back of the chair sort of facing the table. I say, well. A lot of strong, stout gentlemen here today.
So you're getting a lot of lascivious grins and stuff like that. Not from every one of them, but from the majority of them. And what do you want? Oh, hey, what you be looking for?
I'm just looking for a little excitement. I haven't seen many of you in town before. I've only been here a short time myself, but you all seem very purposeful.
We're not from here either. From the north. Yes, we're
Oh, the
making our
north.
way south. And one of the other people who's not smiling, he kind of punches that one on the shoulder.
Oh, you like it rough, do you?
What sort of excitement do you have in mind? They have rooms here. He looks. The dwarf looks sort of over his shoulder towards the rooms.
Oh, well, I have an ale coming. I need a bit of lubrication before we press on
Pushes his
to
glass
the
up to
later
you.
evening.
Drink mine. Why wait?
Oh, well, thank you. So, heading south, are you? And I take a long but small sip. So it looks like I'm drinking actually more than I am. And but my eyes never leave his.
At first, and then the same guy who punched the human, he punches the dwarf as well. Shut your hole.
Oh, wow. This is a very rough crowd. I like that.
I'm just going to pause you for a second.
Sure.
Now, the three of you certainly see this redhead interacting with them. You can, if you like, you can all make me an intelligence check to see if you recognize that she's wearing identical clothing to Grim.
Okay.
DC's
I got
10.
a 18.
I got
If you rolled more than 10, you got it. Yeah. So this redhead wearing clothing identical to Grim is talking.
You're probably thinking, where did Grim get the wig? You know.
Well,
That's some good makeup. Wow.
some of us are aware of illusion magic.
Yeah.
Sure. Do any of you wish to respond, to say anything?
Well, oh man. Part of me doesn't want to ruin whatever game he's playing because I realize that there's some sort of business going on.
Fishing, perhaps?
But part of me so bad wants to walk up and talk about her cleavage because of earlier. Oh.
If it helps, Almera, she's far more attractive than the one you were talking to. The one you were talking to by the slag pit? The redhead is way more attractive.
Oh, yeah, but Barbara is way too focused on her empty pouch, so she's not paying attention. I rolled a 2.
Okay. So Jada, are you going to take action or no?
I'm going to. I'm not sure what it's going to lead to. I'm going to go up to the bar. I'm going to stand at the corner of the bar, kind of near the table where she's sitting to have her drinks, but not eavesdropping rather than staring.
Sure. I'm going to say that the eavesdropping is fairly easy because the guards are being loud. You might miss the odd word just from another conversation going on, but it's not too hard to hear them.
Yeah, and I'm not doing anything to conceal it either. So
neither is anyone else. So.
Yeah.
Well, except for the one guy throwing punches.
You're right.
All right, so back at the table.
Yeah, so I'm drinking the beer and I get this little foam mustache which I lick off and with my tongue say this is lovely. I say
go ahead.
No, so you're from so you were guard in the north, yes? What is it like up there? I haven't been that way.
It's cold. I need someone to warm me up. He puts his hand
Ooh.
on your shoulder, and he glances back at the door, which leads to the rooms. I don't we go warm each other up?
Not a bad idea. What about your other friends?
Well, if they want, they can have a crack at you after I'm done.
Well, I kind of glance annoyed over at the half-world who's gagging at the bar. I say, well, as I say, I'm a bit peckish. If you you gonna be eating anything? I don't
I've
like
got
to.
plenty for you to eat.
I don't doubt it. Although I don't like to revel on an empty stomach. If we might get a little bit of bread first.
Halfling woman, bring her some bread, cheese. Be quick about it. Faye eventually sends Gwen over.
I lean in right to his ear, so my lips are almost touching it, and I say, your friend seems rather angry. Has he had a difficult day?
There's just certain things we're not supposed to be talking about.
Oh, I understand that. I have some secrets myself. Some of them rather naughty. Have you been naughty?
Where's that cheese? So Gwen shows up there, and she certainly makes no eye contact with anyone. And she just places some cheese and bread on the table, and one of the soldiers makes a grab for her, but she gets her hand out of the way in time and quickly scoots away. If anybody else wants to do anything, just speak up.
Yeah. I don't want to hug the spotlight.
After a while, Pamela will look up and notice that Grim hasn't come back, and Yada has left the table.
You would also notice that the townsfolk, again, they seem to be very concerned about what's going on. Maybe a little agitated too.
She'll look at Torun. Did they leave?
Well, you really don't pay any attention to what's going on around you, do you? Oh. They left quite some time ago.
Oh.
And I think at this point, Torun's gonna stand up and go try and mingle with the townsfolk.
Sure. There are numerous tables sitting in 2s, 3s, 4s, probably even a few tables.
Yeah. He'll go sit at one that they seem as mostly social, as best he can attain to, but his goal here is
How many people do you want to try and join? 2, 3, or 4?
3.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to say 3 women, 3 men, a mix.
That's not really of concern.
All right. So you sit down with 3 women who are probably in their 40s, and
I was I'm specifically looking for people who were talking or worried about the town.
Seems like almost everyone.
Yeah, just specifying.
So they look up at you kind of with a curious glance. One says, I think I know you, aren't you one of those people that helped Anna?
Oh yes, the one with the furniture problem. Yes, me and my friends helped her out.
She told us a story that in church. I'm sorry about your friend.
He wasn't really my friend. Let's just be clear about that. But
Oh, that's good.
but yes, his loss is still such a shame.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I didn't have the chance to become friends with him. I couldn't help but overhear that you and perhaps everyone, those guards, is wondering why there are more guards around here.
Well, aren't you? I mean, it's strange, isn't it? Why would they do that? We don't need this many guards in town. I mean, it's good to feel safe, but they're not Crossmeet guards. That one's wearing a symbol of Gulthania. I'd recognize it.
Yes, yes, I'm supposed I am curious myself. And it's like they're all gathering for something.
One of the other ones leans at you. What do you know? What did you hear?
Oh no, just nothing of significance. Just some. I've just heard basically what you've told me, that some people from surrounding towns. I'm not actually quite familiar with that area, so I did need to be told that. There's like, what, 30 guards? That means you have like 40 now in this town?
About 20 came into town.
I thought you said 30. Alright. My mistake. And everyone seems to be a little on edge.
Yes, and well, I don't understand it. What could it mean? Why would they be doing this? What's going on in the town? You must have heard something.
No, unfortunately I didn't hear anything. Although I did see Ivan, and he did seem to be agitated. That's, that's all I know. I hope
What did he have to say about it?
He didn't have anything to say. He was unusually tense. And in fact,
Well,
I
maybe
saw
you should
him.
talk to him and find out. I mean, it's not right that we don't know what's going on. We have a right to know.
I kind of think she does have a point. I'm sure we'll all find out in due time. I mean, they only just arrived here, right?
Yes, today. One of the other ones says to her, she goes, maybe the mayor knows. We should talk to him.
Is it that easy to get an audience with him?
Well, he walks around sometimes. We'll see if we can go find him. Come on, girls. They stand up and they all go to leave. Oh, nice meeting you.
Yeah. Interesting.
Back at my table,
Sure.
I'm gonna lean into this guard that I'm the one in particular I'm schmoozing, the one who seems most
The dwarf, it seems. Yeah, the dwarf is the one who's been placing orders for you.
Most receptive. Okay. So
you now have cheese and bread in front of you, as well as a bottle of a small bottle of wine.
Yeah, I say. I kind of pull the plate and the bottle closer. I say, and then I kind of lean in so the others can't hear as well. I say, why don't we take these to the room where we can have some privacy?
That's a great idea. He stands up with you. As he does, the other guy puts his hand on his arm and goes, listen, go have your fun, but keep your mouth shut. He lets him go.
I kind of lean over his shoulder as I put my arm around him. I say, oh, don't worry. His mouth will be too busy to talk.
The other guards kind of some are pounding tables. You're vomiting sound from over where you're at.
Oh, this drink is very strong.
So Rob, what is that on a performance check? Is that like DC 30 or something like that?
We're getting into personal boundary uncomfortability here.
Don't worry. He's not even gonna get the second base. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's good to know.
maybe second, but not third.
He's only paid for one of the moderate rooms that has 3 other beds in it, but at 6 o'clock in the evening, there's no one else in the room right now. So he comes in there and he grins. He goes, "Which one do you want to do it on?" He looks at the 4 different beds.
I have the bottle of wine while he's carrying the little platter. I say, let's take the one farthest away from the window.
All right. So he goes over there and he starts unbuckling his armor.
All right. I take a swig from. I take a small, what looks like a big swig from the bottle, but it's actually I just take a little bit in my mouth just to take a sip.
Gotcha.
And I hand it over to him. I say, "Go on, loosen up a bit."
Oh yeah, he takes a big swig from it.
Look. And
Sets the bottle. Your greaves falling to the floor.
I say, "Ooh, you do have some scars on you. You must be well seasoned by now."
He turns his back to you. He says, "Get those straps for me, will you?" Oh, such a complicated outfit.
I adjust my clothes as I do, and I reach into my little pouch. And I take my straight razor, and I kind of slip it out of my pouch, and I slip it into my little belt. Just kind of, and then I move over behind him, and I undo his buckles. I say, "So many scars."
I was in the giant waters. About long, many decades ago.
Mm.
The chest piece falls off.
You must be quite valued by your companions. Still, the one there seemed very
he's my commander. Orders are orders.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
The captain says, "'Tis not important. Listen, let's get to our fun. I'll be gone tomorrow."
Oh no, we have
his shoulder pad.
Ooh, just a fine wine shouldn't be rushed. We have all night, and I'll kind of let my cloak sort of fall to the floor as I'll sit on the bed, still with the bottle of wine. Say,
he grabs from your hand, takes a big gulp, gives it back to you.
I say, it's always best to relax a bit before a long journey.
He grabs one of the other cots, he slides it closer to the bed, and he sits on one of the cots and he sticks his leg straight out towards you. He goes, "Help me with those boots, would ya?"
I look at the big broad dwarven foot and I go, ugh. But I'll undo it and pull it up. Yeah, no. So I'll take the boot off and I'll kind of grab his foot and sort of dig my thumbs into it, pushing and digging him into the bottom of it.
Oh, he leans back. "Oh, you're good at that last. You've got lots of talents, I bet."
Oh, you have no idea.
Well, I hope to find out. He sticks his other boot out.
I'll do the same with that one. I say, I'm thinking of heading south myself. Is there something I should be nervous about? I don't want to know your details, of course, but I'm concerned. I was going south to visit family. Should I change my plans, maybe?
He looks at the door. I don't think he'll have too many worries from the south, at least.
Well, my mother. I'm only concerned because my mother.
I'd stay away from the capital if I were you. You'll probably be safe in Braith, still close to the coast.
Well, that's good news indeed. I have a brother in the capital, but I never really got along with him. He left home when I was very young. He had notions of the big city and riches. I haven't seen much of him, unfortunately. But my mother is.
Does he still live in the capital?
As far as I know, my mother said she received a letter from him some months ago that he was there. Something about working in the government, I think.
Oh, does your mother live in the capital as well?
Oh no. She's south of here and living in a small village. You probably have never heard of it. She, as I said, we've lived a simple life. My brother was always the big city was for him. And
all right, so he stands up, undoes his belt, and then he starts taking off his shirt. I think I've caught up to you. He's waiting for you to undress.
Oh, of course. If look at those shoulders. Turn around. I have some experience. I kind of roll my sleeves. I have some experience with knots like that. The muscles, they must be like stone.
All right, but make it quick. I've got other muscles that need attention.
So I'll start digging them in and say, it reminds me of a rhyme my mother told me when I was a wee lass. What was the song? And I begin sort of going into this rhyme, and it drifts into a kind of a nonsense sort of lullaby that becomes a sleep spell.
All right. So no problem with the sleep spell. Make a performance check on your singing.
Okay. A second. So. Do you need to know the hit points worth it gets him, or is it just?
Probably tell me anyway. Probably
okay.
Get him.
So 10, 15, 30, 32, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So performance. Let me get you that.
Yeah, just make a performance check.
Yeah, my performance isn't too bad, I don't think. Let me see here. 15. So,
Okay, so he says, "Oh, your singing is as fine as your other skills. Oh, you're very good there with your performances." His head just kind of lolls against you. Your inflated chest.
I do the faintest sigh of relief, like, and then I kind of like lean over with him and like lay him onto the bed, and I kind of peel myself off him gently. I pick up my things and head for the door.
Okay. So
as I was gonna say, basically as soon as I step out there and close it, I double check, make sure no one's watching, and I release the disguise spell and just
okay.
Turn back to myself.
Excellent. So you come back out into the main room, and some of the guards sort of glance in your direction and look away.
Yeah.
They don't really make the connection.
Mm-hmm. And I go.
You're not nearly as attractive now as you were.
Says who? No, so I'll go. So I'll go back over to the to my companion's table and say, "Well, lads, how's your evening been?"
How was yours?
A bit odd. I'll explain later. It was somewhat illuminating.
Yes, illuminating.
Well, everyone in the town seems to be scared, worried about what's going on.
Yeah,
There's danger.
Yeah,
So-
they might not be wrong.
how about the 3s 4?
The 3s
For what?
4.
Yes.
I think he's talking about the name of our group.
Yes, for branding.
3's 4, so they know where to find us and that there's 4 of us.
Right. And also, and I kind of lean into the table. Also, if we promote business to this place, perhaps we get discount.
Yeah.
Like,
I see the wisdom of the cross marketing, certainly.
Just an idea. We can pin it and come back to it later.
I like it. Let's sleep on it. But perhaps we can meet in my room for a bit before we put our heads down for the night entirely.
Oh, you did not get enough yet.
That's amusing, Jodet. Really. No, I'd just soon not talk in the open public room, if you understand.
No, of course.
sure.
So it's about 7 in the afternoon. You guys haven't had supper this evening. You can do that if you like, and arrange for some rooms.
Well, didn't was that for last night? We don't. It didn't extend to tonight. Oh.
No. Those are fine rooms.
Yeah, I think someone else mentioned rooms for 2 nights. So.
Isn't there a room? Isn't there a type of room in here that has like 3 or 4 beds?
Yeah. So there's basically 4 types of room. There is a common room where there's like 30 cots in the same room. Mm-hmm. That's the cheapest one. Then there's one where there's 4 beds, and if you came in there by yourself, you might have 3 other strangers in the room. Then there's a single bedroom that's a modest price, and then there's the very fine one that you guys had, where there's a nice bath and that. There is actually one above that that's like a big suite and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think if we get the 4 bed room, that would make the most sense for us, since there's 4 of us. So, well, I assume we'll order dinner. Perhaps a little bit more, being a little bit more frugal than the previous night. At least I will be.
Does the room come with dinner, or is it?
You can get a price with both that includes both. It gives you a slight discount.
Yeah. A simple dinner and breakfast,
Okay, so that evening, do you guys want to do anything? There's 2 more things that may happen yet. Valmera, you might want to do something?
Yeah, so you want to go down to the slag pit?
Okay, but before you leave, a figure comes into the 3, and a lot of the townspeople kind of rush over to greet him. He's a halfling. He's got some kind of mutton chops, rather prominent ears. He's wearing a suit with a sort of a ruffled front on it, but it's well worn. It's a suit he's worn many, many times. It's not new. And a lot of people are going over to him, and you can easily overhear him being referred to as the mayor. Okay.
Wow. Nice.
Mayor Fanber, Jasper Fanber, and he's telling the people, calm down. It's okay. We're gonna have a town meeting tomorrow in the park at about lunchtime. Everything will be explained. It's okay. No need to panic. Okay. I've got to spread the word. Tell everyone else.
I kind of lean into my companions and say, my experience is when the authorities tell you not to panic, that's the time that you panic.
But just nods.
For a moment, I think just want to start screaming and panicking right now.
No. Grim is right. They will often lie to the general public.
Probably just trying to get them to calm down until we can have that town meeting.
Yeah, maybe.
Ease people into what's happening.
Just keep your ears and eyes open. This is...
Again, it's like... So the soldiers and the soldiers will move on. I mean, common people being afraid of common things, right?
Maybe.
Hopefully. But I think we should attend this town meeting, see what he has to say.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. At least see what's going on.
And who
Jordan,
knows,
perhaps our temple has something to say too.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
likely
my-
they've heard something.
Yeah, my experience is the temples are usually in pretty tight with the local government. You know, money kind of intermingles there.
He's not necessarily so much they are in tight with government, as much as that the fortunately or unfortunately, bad news is often good business.
Well, sure, and government is often intertwined with finances as well. So it's
Most governments are bad news.
yeah, fair
I
enough.
mean, and you can just wait. I mean, till the soldiers are well into their drinks. I mean, soldiers like to talk. So
They do indeed. They like to do other things, but they don't always get what they want.
there was this human woman who was talking to one of the soldiers before.
Oh, really?
Maybe we could talk to her.
She seemed to look, she wore similar attire to you, Grim.
I just stare
I
at
think
the other two
perhaps
like
you-
they are morons. And my jaw is just completely like.
Yes,
He's
you
a
probably
joke,
shopped
right?
at the same place.
He's a joke.
I look at Jordan and realize he wants me to comprehend something, so I say, yes, it is a joke.
Yeah, I'm joking. Of course I am. What do you mean?
What, do you think I don't understand something?
Well, hang on. I look over to the soldiers. Did the dwarf come down again?
No. The spell. Well, actually, I don't know. The spell only lasts about a minute. But if he was already drinking, so
Okay, fair enough.
he doesn't necessarily have to wake up after a minute. But
That's good. So it's been about 2 hours, in fact.
Okay.
All right.
I'll just go look. And she gets up and goes up the stairs.
Okay, so in fact, he comes out. The dwarf that went off with the redhead comes out of the door leading to the rooms. Remember, there's 2 doors leading to the rooms, 2 sides. And he comes out, and he's got a sort of puzzled look on his face. He's disheveled. His armor's not quite in place. He's still got a few straps he's adjusting. He's looking around confused. And some of the other guards see him, and they're like, call him over, and then they ask him something that you don't hear, and then they all start laughing. The whole table's just like, ah!
I was gonna say he's probably not going to admit that nothing happened. You know, it's like
Like, you were over there for 2 hours, man.
yeah, that's right, 2 hours. You know it. Yeah. So I'll just shake my head as Belmere goes after in that direction.
So, Balmera, did you want to go on a little side trip?
Yeah, she'll go down to the slide pack.
All right. So you leave. You leave the 3 about 8 in the evening. The rest of you have a meal and order order a room, and so collectively it's going to cost 1 gold 6 for the meal and the 4-bedroom. Okay? That's the total.
That's total of what? 16 silver.
16 nobles, yeah.
Yeah. So
That's a total.
so 4 each. I'll put in my 4.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, well, I'll put him for.
Balmera, on the way to the slag.
I'll ask Grim to accompany me.
Wait, what?
I'll ask Grim to accompany me?
You could say
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, no, I could do that. Sure. I'll put my silver down on the table, and I'll kind of gesture to Belmira to kick in.
Okay. So on the way to the slag pit, both Belmera and Grim, you're walking south along the coast road, and when you get to around here, you see a large, very large, muscular man that you vaguely recognize as Budge, and he's got a much smaller man up against the wall of one of the buildings, and you can overhear him saying to you, "You're late. You're late. Mr. Snee doesn't like when you're late." He's shaking him. He's got him pinned against the wall with two shoulders. 10 days overdue.
So this is right in our path, basically.
No, not at all. But it is visible off to the side.
Oh.
It's in no way blocking your path. You just see this.
Okay. I kind of lean over to Belmira and say, "Where are we going, by the way?"
Slag pit.
Oh God. What are we doing at that dump?
Well, we need to buy something. I look over at the big guy holding. Was this what we were supposed to stop? I look at him.
Yeah, probably
He's not punching him, but he does have him pinned up against the wall.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Do you want to do it?
Well, I suppose it'd be good practice.
Okay. So here's what I will sneak around him, and you will try to be the visual. You will
Sure.
You'll be the
Diversion?
yes, and I'll be the.
Gotcha. So,
just so we're clear, like there's a wall, and then
Yeah.
there's one guy with his back against it, and then Budge is facing him. So Budge's back is to the road, and you right now.
right. So I'm gonna walk up towards Budge and his victim.
Before I do that, I'll sneak into the shadows and kind of sneak around.
So,
Okay.
he's trying to get off to the side.
Yes.
So I say, hey, and I kind of walk towards him and I start to stagger a little bit. Excuse me.
Budge looks over at you. Legal business going on here. Move along.
Yeah. No. I understand that. Excuse me. Do you know hold on. It's coming
Look,
to me.
I got no time for you, so let me make it clear. Fuck off.
I'm trying to, but I need to. Oh, Slag Pit. Do you know where that is?
He points as he turns his back on you. He gestures in the direction. What's it going to be, Erdos? Are you going to pay up, or do I got to come visit you again?
So how far down that way?
He turns around and he puts his hand on his weapon, on his sword hilt. He said, "I said, fuck off."
Oh, whoa! Easy there, easy. I'm just down that way. How far?
It's right over fucking there. He points. It's almost across the road, literally.
Look. All I'm trying to do, as I see
He
Belmira,
turns his back on you again, but he's still standing there.
I kind of glance. I kind of since I know Belmira is nearby, I kind of am looking for her, and I say, "Oh, come on, look. I'm just trying to be, a distraction for you. That's all."
All right, Ardros. If you don't got some coin by tomorrow, I'm going to come see you again. And I'm not going to be nice like today. Understand? Do you want to do anything, Belmira?
So he's distracted. I'm in the shadows, right?
Well, yeah, as much as you can be. I mean, his back is to you if you want to come at him from the road. But in his forefront, there's a wall. Like, you can't... I don't know what you're trying to do.
Well,
know what I'm saying?
if I know Belmer is coming in from the side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to step up to this guy, and I'm going to say, "Look, I'm sorry to bother you again," and I put my hand on his shoulder.
He immediately puts his hand on you and just shoves you backwards. Legal business going on here.
And I'm going to take this as me being in combat with him.
Oh boy! Oh my god!
Belmer, you're up.
I will. Does he have a money pouch?
Yeah, he's wearing a money pouch.
Okay, I will use my straight razor to kind of like when he's doing that.
Budges, you're trying to rob Budge?
Yes.
Apparently.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
All
right.
I was not aware of this plan, but okay.
Make a stealth check, and then a sleight of hand check.
Okay. The stealth is 22, and the sleight of hand is also 22.
Nice.
All right. So you manage to slip his pouch free, and then he sees you, and the guy he was roughing up a little bit, he scurries off and he says, "I haven't forgotten you, Ardros. Tomorrow." And what the fuck do you want?
Look,
He says to Belmera.
Sorry, that's my sister. She's she looks after me.
I just look up at him.
You
You're not my
interfere
dad.
again and I'll crush your skull. Out of my way, dwarf. He gives you a shove and he tries to walk past you. Like I said, he's about 6'6", built like a gorilla.
Yeah, I let myself fall down. Kind of go, oof.
He storms off angrily.
Okay. As soon as he has left the building or left,
Yeah.
so his victim was a human.
Rob.
No, no, he just thinks it's a really stupid question for some reason. We stunned him.
He froze.
Okay, I'll open the pouch and be amazed by
Who?
the
Sorry, I
pure.
froze there.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found the deck of many things in the pouch, and we took out the first card.
Unfortunately, it was death. So, what are you gonna do?
You want to know the contents of the pouch?
Yeah, I assume so.
Well,
roll.
the victim first. How does he look?
The victim's gone. The victim's gone. Well, he's actually not gone. He's about 20 or 30 yards up the road.
Okay, well, fuck him then. Yes, I'll look into the pouch.
I'll roll a d20. There's that many gold pieces in it.
Nice. Big money.
19.
Nice.
All right. So you see Balmera peek in a purse and then do what with it?
That was almost as lucrative as rescuing the dwarves.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, might come with a cost though.
I will give Grim 9.
Yeah, fair enough. All I did was distract. So yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll pocket it. Say, well, I don't know if that's what they had in mind, but
No, I thought we were supposed to help him, but
well,
he
I was
ran off.
distracting him.
Yeah, he ran off. I wanted to give him money so he could pay back his loan, but whatever.
Oh, I see.
Well, he
See,
didn't run off. He didn't scurry off.
You hadn't fully explained your plan there. I thought you were going to kill the big guy.
Ah, sorry, I thought I did.
It's easier if we both know the same plan.
Well,
Yeah.
never mind. We're in a few
Well,
coins.
Well, we're up a few coins, yeah. So we still go into that shithole.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Are there open sewers or closed sewers in Crossmeet?
There's no sewers of any kind.
That's no good.
Okay, as we walk, I'll take my straight razor and I'll kind of cut his purse into tiny bits and I'll scatter them in whatever piles of feces and dung I find.
No
Kind of like,
problem. No problem.
I admire the straight razor as I sort of take out my own as a what was yeah I prefer the kind of curl back one here.
well, I use it for.
Oh, I do too, but other stuff as well.
Yep,
Shaving
It's-
dwarves, for instance.
it's good for cutting strings.
and shaving dwarves. At least shaving their backs. That makes
Okay,
it makes it a lot easier. Anyway, go on.
Since I didn't tell you about this plan, let me tell you about the plan for Slag Pit again. In Bamira's mind, she has already talked about this plan to great length, but she's kind of in a haze at the moment, so she's not super clear.
Okay.
Okay, I need some mushrooms, and I think this guy Swin, he's the connection to like who sells these kind of drugs.
Oh, Sven. Yeah, I know of him. Yeah.
Yeah, and I need a wingman so I won't get robbed. Or conned or cheated or whatever he might come up with.
Yeah. Well, as it happens, I happen to have an in with Sven if I can talk to him. So yeah, I think we can manage this.
Great. I'm glad I took you along. Not that boring Torun guy.
Who's always starting brawls and
Right.
yelling, smashing glasses. Okay. He does come up with good plans, though.
Most excellent plans.
Now, before we walk into this blender that's going to be the slag pit, do we want to? It's 11 o'clock. Do we want to wait before we do that?
I was just going to say that. So we're gonna stop right here. So we're gonna stop with you guys outside the slag pit and Jadat and Telrune back in the 3. Thank you everyone for watching. It was a fun episode, and we'll see you all again next week, hopefully. Bye.
What could go wrong?